Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to episodes 11, 12, and 13 of my Symphogear Exiv reaction series, wrapping up the Symphogear series here today, which is shocking to me. So yeah, three episodes here today, and I've got a ton of housekeeping to talk about before anything else, about how I'm going to structure stuff over the next little bit. First things first, you may have noticed that there's no OVAs here, or the last set of extras, I guess. My plan with those are to record them at some point in the future, whether it be next week or some other point, and just do what I normally do, which is kind of just don't have much discussion about them, just kind of watch them through, maybe give some general thoughts by the end. I'm not going to do that today, but there will be a link in the description in the future for this video, as well as the next week's video, just to the picture-in-picture of that. I think that's the best way to do it. That way, you could just click on it at your leisure. I don't need to think about it today, because again, 3 episodes for me today is going to be quite the commitment. And I did mention video next week, and you may be like, well, there's no more Symphogear content. What's going on there? There's no more episodes to react to. Well, I have a plan, and I've been talking about this plan for a while. It's to do some tier lists. It's to talk about the series as a whole a little bit more and talk about my favorite parts and my favorite characters, favorite songs, favorite this, favorite that. Just everything on the table. I've seen everything at this point. Well, kinda. I didn't really play the game, but you know what I mean. I can have some real concrete opinions about things and express those in tier list format. So yeah, that sounds like fun. It's also an invitation to comment on this video, because I will be going through the comments on this video in that next video. So don't feel like your comments aren't going to be read and appreciated and that kind of thing, because again, this is a big session, it's some big episodes, and I want people to have their say on it, if that makes any sense. If you guys are tuned in to the rest of the stuff on the channel as well, you would have noticed that Oshi no Ko ended this week as well, and I have a new poll out for a new reaction slot thingo. The poll is currently active. You can access it through my Discord, which will be linked in the description. If you guys care about what I see next on the channel, that would be a great way to express it. The other next question would be, well, Symphogear's ending, so where's the Symphogear poll? I will be doing that next week as well, kind of giving this first poll some space, and for me to take some learnings from that first poll and apply them to that second poll. Because again, that second poll is going to be for a longer show. Much like Symphogear, it could be something that has, 100 episodes or so, right? I want to make sure that I'm picking the right thing that the most people want. So, yeah, we're almost doing a test run with this week's poll as a result. Either way, I better get a move on. That's most of my housekeeping. So I'll jump into the YouTube comments here today. Not that many, considering I only did the one last week to try to build up to this bigger finale this week. I do have today off, so there's no work commitment getting in the way of things, which was the thing that happened last week. Well, that and I needed to go away on the weekend, but anyway, long story. Very long story. But anyway, first comment here today from Zesshou. No deep lore from me this week, saving up those for the big one next week. Well, it's here. Just an Easter egg. Kirika and Shirabe make an Exiv sign with their arms during the amalgam transformation at this time code. I'll probably put an image of it up here for the people at home. Yeah, I went back and looked at this. They most certainly do. It's very cute. I like that. Just nice little Easter egg. I like it. Next comment here from Seraph Amoros. The name Shemha mentioned to Maria. Enki was the Sumerian god of water, knowledge, crafts, and creation, and one of the Anunnaki. It's interesting that she saw Maria's gear and asked her if she was a descendant of his. Also, this is the space center that is the largest rocket launch complex in Japan. That's why they knew immediately that they were going to somewhere with a rocket upon hearing that name. And yes, I did talk about this in the post-episode commentary, but yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a reminder for this week, because I wouldn't have remembered these specific terms. Not that I think of any of them really apply to Maria. Maybe, like, I don't know. Yeah, not really any of them. This will come up, you would imagine, right? A lot of the Symphogear lore stuff is still all up in the air at the moment, right? I've got some broad feelings about the dichotomy between a blessing and a curse, and why certain people want this curse to disappear all the time, and they seem to be on the opposing side to us a lot. I have some thoughts about that maybe I'll talk about a little bit later. Me coming to that realization during editing, but I'll get to it. Yeah, I'm keen to learn everything here and make sure that I have a good grasp going into the final stuff, right? Hopefully we'll get a little bit more lore-y stuff maybe this episode before leading into a bit more of a traditional climax. That's what I would do anyway. Next comment here from Bonnie. Noble Red activated their Giases. I believe that's a code Gias. I have not seen. But I'm gonna imagine that this is what this is. Oh yeah, Vanessa's power up is a Swiss Army knife. That's pretty funny actually. So she gets like becomes like full monster. Everybody else like Milmark's got like super wing powers and seems stronger and that kind of thing. And freaking Elsa's got like a weird like Zoid thing. She just gets a Swiss Army knife. That's pretty funny. Shemha is gloriously smug. True. Yggdrasil is a classic anime trope. Not that I've noticed, but sure. I'd heard the term before from Symphogear, not really much before then, but sure. Noble Red coming back feels a bit contrived, but I get why it has to happen. Just wish they would get a freaking clue already and hold hands. Well, yeah, but I understand. I feel like the arc is pretty well expressed, right? And it's very, very much setting up for something pretty predictable to happen with the conclusion. But again, like, I don't know if it genuinely fooled me into thinking that they died. It kind of did. But that's stupid in retrospect. That'd be a stupid way for those characters to go. I don't know. It's a weird one. Yeah, Fudo just walking away, less sure of. That's a little bit, I don't know. And then just getting imprisoned. He has a lot of bars in front of him in prison. That's pretty good. But, like, I don't know. He's a pretty evil bloke. I would like to see something worse happen to him. At least maybe even emotionally, right? I don't know. I do not know. Like again, some kind of fate worse than death. as bad as that sounds, but if we're not killing off the bloke, at least put him in somewhere that would torture him. Not physically, but you know what I mean? Like his worldview. I don't know. What does he hate? He hates other countries. Maybe imprison him in some foreign country. That'd be funny. W for Tsubasa interrupting their teleporting nonsense again. Yes, that is leading into where we are jumping off from this episode. Shirabe's amalgam is so cool and creative. It fits her so much. Is that the suit? I like the suit. That thing's cute. I do like it. Who is this Enki person? What is special about Mario's gear? We will be finding that out very, very soon. And just Bamps and Seraph piping up here a little bit with Shirabe's gear being very well designed. Did I click remove heart or add heart? Either way, you have a heart now. Seraph calling it the most versatile gear on the team, which it probably is. It's a very cool design. And it's mobile. Speed is everything. And it's relatively strong. It's got like saw blades on it, so that's pretty cool. Bamps here with a small detail that they didn't notice until this time. When Tsubasa comes back to them, Kirika calls her Tsubasa Senpai, while Shirabe calls her Tsubasa-san. Some closeness from their Axis duo move. Yeah, okay, so Tsubasa-san potentially being closer than Tsubasa Senpai in your old honorific type language. Yeah, it tracks for me. Also, when Vanessa wrapped Hibiki up in that tape, it was accurate measurement to her waist measurement, because like a lot of Japanese media provide like actual like measurements for characters and stuff, so anime moment. But like, yeah, it's fun. I like that. Ayako Nya says, probably better to have stopped here than on episode 11, so look forward to that kind of final hype train next week. Yes, that was the consensus from the Discord as well. They kind of said, hey, if you have to do one or the other, I'd rather you stop here than at 11. Vot's comment here, laughing at the time when I said anime dialogue instead of Japanese, which is very funny. I like to, some of the time, so when I'm editing a video, right, some of the time I just like cut out stuff like that, like me just like thinking of things. But I don't cut out my mistakes. I think that keeping the mistakes is half the fun, right? Yeah, so I found that funny too. That's why I kept it in. But I was pretty spot on about Shemha's speech patterns, right? She uses some pretty archaic, poetic sounding wording, such as Waganaha for my name is when presenting herself. As far as I know, nobody speaks like this in modern Japan except for fictional characters like gods, vampires, etc. Sounds great though, and helps to differentiate her from Miku as well as the rest of the cast, right? It's good. Shows like a genuine like possession. You know what I mean? It's not just like Miku. It really doesn't feel like Miku, and that's what I wanted to emphasize. And the last comment here today from Kasogtha, talking about the black dress, messy hair, sexy voice Miku. Hibiki must love it for sure. And yeah, I've been on record. I think it's a way better design than the one in G. I believe it's G. That vexing curse of Balal. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it for sure. I think there's been some misunderstanding along the way here for basically the entire series, but again, we'll get to it. The keywords in XDU revealed to us that the gold-colored magic that alchemists do, mainly Carol, alongside the usual earth, wind, fire, water, the fifth element is actually silver. So when we see Shemha do all that silver stuff, it's kind of crazy, right? Like foregoes the process, let it be, brute forced into being like the will of a god, right? Much like how the sarcophagus in episode 1 was able to completely break physics. Like she's a god. They're allowed to do broken shit, right? Oh, interesting. We're gonna need to know what a Yggdrasil system is, why it's a tree with veins and eyes, and who exactly managed to work out back in Axis that Gungnir's shaft was made of the same thing. Interesting. I just thought it was some bloke, some American guy. So I don't know. We're gonna need to figure that out, huh? Some guy behind, like, and then that was like crucial information that came in clutch in Axis. And I know that the kind of background stuff to Axis is that Axis and Exiv were kind of made in tandem, at least a little bit more than the previous seasons. So potentially there's some pre-planning there. I don't know. It's on the cards. As we've talked about, something funky with Argathalam and Maria, and Vanessa was onto it, and now Shemha's onto it, so something's going to happen there. We have this paragraph here broadly going into Noble Red's motivations, right? The underlying themes there about what they're thinking through this, right? So you're monsters. You've been treated like monsters your entire life. You've got a small clique that don't treat you like monsters. Who's to say you wouldn't put it all on the line to help be with that clique and say, fuck everyone else, got mine, got my people, right? And kind of Elsa's line as well, if you had lost all hope and were forced to be a true monster, wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it hurt less if you had never known kindness at all? When she was kind of crying out after destroying the spaceship, I believe. And then I alluded to this as well. Kirika and Shirabe potentially passing on a little bit of worldly experience here, potentially need somebody like a Hibiki to reach out a hand and save them and something like that, right? And I don't see this at all, but apparently they've been divisive. I think they're pretty cool. I don't know. I like all their designs. I think the performances are pretty good. I wish they had a little bit more to do. There's a lot going on in Exiv, right? And there's still time for that, but just some more scenes of them just kind of hanging out would be ideal, I think. I think that part of it's a little bit, but I would like more scenes of people just hanging out in Symphogear overall. That's been one of my major criticisms, I guess, of the entire series. But again, we've talked about its pacing and that kind of thing. But yeah, like, I like their themes, right? I want to see how they like reconcile everything by the end, and I'm keen to see if and when we're combining our storylines. Does Curse of Balal / Shemha stuff have some kind of link with Noble Red in that way, at least thematically? Is that going to lead to the same conclusion there, Another part of Shemha being broken, the transformation into complete monsters, healed Milak's arm, the one cut by Igalima, whose edge cuts the very soul. So think about it that way, right? Just breaking systems. I think this is alluding to me talking about going back and watching some of my previous stuff, which is a little bit more of an ego trip than a need to go back and see the content itself. But it's fun regardless. We talked about this before. Fudo being just in jail is kind of... But we get Sexy Miku as best new villain, so yeah, I mean, swings and roundabouts, My only criticism for this scene here, where Hibiki and Tsubasa make up after all of Tsubasa's drama this season, right, is that it's very quick. And again, I've talked about Symphogear pacing before, but yeah, the animation itself is quite the sight there, and how it tells a lot with a little. At least they did that part of it right. If you only have like a good 20-30 seconds to show this off right, at least now your animation, and I think they did that. I am language. I don't remember this line, but Shemha probably said it, and that's probably going to imply some things about, again, Curse of Balali stuff, right? We'll figure it out. Shirabe finally getting to go on the moon by the end will be a sight to behold as well. She'll love that. And then, yeah, we had the climax of that episode with Kiriko and Shirabe getting to pop off, doing their duet thing. It's all very gay. I'm sure they're directing a massive wolf trap called Polyfilm Scissor Love Dreams using matching rings is a totally heterosexual interpretation. Yeah. This show is hetero. Didn't you guys know? Elsa has a mech, has that Zoid, which is very cool. And Vanessa is apparently actually just like nude. It's not just a tight outfit, because she's like a robot. She can just like make things that look like clothes, but she's actually just nude. She's in the nude, right? So yeah, good knowledge, everybody. I don't know how I'll use it, but sure. I'd have to think that this is some kind of like summary reason for this, that we finally interrupt a villain teleport as well, which has been one of the banes of the show's existence. So again, fun. Like probably some third-party criticism that, hey, why don't they just interrupt these teleports? Well, they finally did, and we're on the moon as a result. And we're talking about the oxygen thing. Again, I don't really mind either way, but thinking about, again, back to Season 1's finale, as well as the stuff in GX, there's some amount of ability with Symphogears to withstand that kind of thing. So, good. And yeah, deep lore cometh. Great hearing my analysis / predictions. And hopefully YouTube didn't eat the comment, which it didn't, so that's good. And just a brief setup before jumping into episode 11 here today. I meant to talk about this as well. This might be over the course of the day a little bit. I might do 2 now, 1 later, or 1 now, 2 later, or something like that, just because I have something to do in the middle of the day, and I don't quite know when it's going to be. If I check my phone, maybe they'll tell me. Nope, not yet. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, what's happening? We're on the moon. So we're on the moon, and that was where the moon stuff at the start of Exiv happened with Old Mate, right? That's what I'm interpreting that as. There's some kind of trajectory involved. There's some kind of apology to Fine from Guy with Hair. The plan was the villain plan was to destroy this rocket, so there was no chance of anybody getting to the moon. And we also had some teleporty dealies that were going to take us to the moon. So, moon important for Shemha plan to take place, right? Which probably has to do with Yggdrasil, which probably has to do with the thing resonating on the moon, which probably has something to do with something else, right? And it's all very ancient and stuff, and we'll go into all of that. All I know is that we've kind of hijacked the teleport into the moon, and we're going to find out a bunch of stuff about the moon and what we're doing this episode. And if I was to guess, like, structure predictions, this episode lore, with the last bit of that episode maybe leading into some climax stuff, 12 being like a little bit of a dive down, something bad happening, dive back up out of it by the end of 12, and then 13, glorious Symphogear nonsense. That's what I would expect it to be anyway. But yeah, enough chatter. I'm going to jump into episode 11 of Symphogear Exiv, but not without my shill stuff. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you would like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord. Love Discord. Discord. And yeah, jumping into episode 11 right now. Radio have episode 11 of Symphogear Exiv up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 40 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly. As always, there will be a picture-in-picture provided in the description below. It'll probably be in 2 parts with multiple episodes being here, so keep that in mind, just so it doesn't compress too hard, which, again, the quality will always be bad, but, you know. And the court subs, I believe, as well, and I've got a big old picture of the moon right in front of me, which is weird. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to give it a 3, 2, 1. Radio? 3, 2, 1, go. What the hell am I looking at? Okay. Did I click on the wrong episode, or? Okay. 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 This is already making a lot of sense. Hmm. Interesting. Teleports behind you. This was not what I was going to predict to happen. Oh, she said it. Enki? He Enki? Big old silver beam? He hates it? Oh shit, we got him. Okay, chop off arm. Oh, blood! Yo! Look at the blood. I guess he'd be pretty vascular. He's moving around. Uh, what happened? Okay, we murdered. Good. Double murder? Okay. Goodbye. So we just need to stab her in the heart. We can do that. Oh, wait, no, it's Miku. We can't do that. Okay, and then that links into the first scene. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. Why did you have that dream? Okay, because you've got the thing. Agathalam. Enki. Yeah, we are on the moon. I wish I had an opening to start to talk about some things. Yes, okay, good. Okay, that's cleared up like a bunch of stuff immediately. Cool. Okay. I'm sorry, Fine. Fine's like a human, right? We've been through that, I believe. Need to maybe go back and read that season 1 climax again. But some misunderstanding here about what certain characters are doing. Fine potentially seeing this as a betrayal, when in reality it isn't. There was some unforeseen thing that got in the way. Keep using that term, miscommunication, huh? Misunderstanding. Hey, look, Fine. Interesting. Okay, that's a great way to start the episode. We'll get you back, Miku, don't worry. I swear on me mum. I wish Chris would shoot me in the head. Sometimes. Oh, dear, oh dear. It's really the end, huh? This could be the last Symphogear episode. Well, kinda. I'll say my sappy goodbyes for next week, I think. Alright, cool. In the beginning was the Word. Okay, so they know they're on the moon, that's good. It most certainly does, Elf9. Oh, no, just jump. You'll get there. Okay, you can breathe. That's good. Ooh. Okay. Why are you looking so sheepish? Because you brought us here? Oh no, you didn't know it was going to take us to the moon. Yeah, because Hibiki's the goat. I like this song. Flick on the nose would hurt. They still do it on the forehead or something. Ooh. So it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Oh yeah, because Enki. Okay, gotcha. We did it, everybody. We did it, chat. Agatalam. Yep, that looks very familiar. Oh, it's full of like goo. Okay. Oh. You okay? Well, for now, she seems worse for wear. She kind of did get beat up. Oh no, not the tail. Hmm. Do we have to? Intruder alert. Oh, it actually was. Okay. I feel like I've seen these things before. When did I see those? Those mosquitoes. There you go. That's where I saw them. Yeah. They're sarcophagus tech. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen this one. Chris-chan. Yep. Indeed. Budget. True. But. True. I'll need to check this song again too. Because I don't recognize it. Yep. Oh. They're in a different part, maybe. Just jump to the moon. It's not hard. True. Oh. Well, that's good. The perks of being a robot, I guess. Thigh laser. Okay. Curse, you reckon? Alright. I wonder too, Chris. Oh, the vocals. Great. Are those like mini sarcophagi? Mini sarcophagi? Yes, they are. Aw, she's having so much fun. Okay. Shout it. We love it. Based. Okay. Hey, look, it's Tree. Yeah, where are you? Are you still on Earth? Not all the core locations. Okay, but what if they fail? Oh, great. Ooh, bondage. Okay. I didn't choose to. Oh, wait, you did. Okay, so you kind of got manipulated. Gay? Oh, okay, somebody will need to talk about that. Don't lick my ear, please. You creepy woman. Okay, goodbye forever, Mika. We should just, like, run. It's probably bad. Yeah, you guys are, like, in a different location. Any blood? Any remnant of blood on the ground? Okay, true. What am I looking at? Ball. Oh, hello. Force Ghost. Oh, but you can't communicate, huh? Oh, no. He made his way through. I can. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, you're here too. Nope. Interesting. Jammer called Bilal. That's convenient. That's good. Mm-hmm. Okay. World tree. What? What is happening? Okay. Seems like some slavery shit. Mm-hmm. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, there's some grand irony there. Interesting. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, turn the entire world into monsters. That's bad. Okay. That, Alright, well, that recontextualizes a lot of the whole series. Hello, Mario. Yeah, you've got the gymnastics thing going on, right? Yeah. Look at her go. Is that like a gun in her shoulder? What was that? I do not understand. I do understand that though. Um, Interesting. I want to go back and have a look at like motivations for like season 1. So why do we want to stop Fine destroying the moon? Because we don't have any of this information, right? Okay, this animation's pretty slick. True. No, won't work. Reflected. Get destroyed. Yeah, I'll just beat you up. Yeah, reflect that fleshy arm. This is a 2v1. You guys shouldn't be losing. Open battle. Okay. That's cheating. Okay. What are you talking about? Do you get a form too? Oh yeah, it's not a 2v1 anymore. This must be so confusing to them that only have audio. Synchronized munch. Okay, this is bad for our heroes. They got pussy slammed. What? At the yeah. Well, get up and get better. I don't know. Okay. And this is going to be the idol song from season 2? Yes. Bop. Bop alert. Oh, look at the sub. It's like, yeah, great. This is like that one Evangelion episode too. Not the screw attack. You reckon? The song's still playing. I don't think he did anything. Think we're going to go amalgam. They did it. What is that? It's like a dragon or something. Maria Dragon Arm. Thank you, Sanjiman, by the way. I feel like we forgot that whole connection. Summon Bonum Rosencruz. Whatever that means. But it seems like we won. Because we went amalgam. Now kiss. Look at Kirika. But is Milok dead? Kinda. What? What is happening? Okay. Tree. Okay. Yep. Bad. This seems bad. No, not the Statue of Liberty. Ooh, she got the headdress back on. Yeah, but if the jam is still going, then you're not going to succeed like that. Red Earth. Monster Earth. Okay, well, no shortage of things to talk about there. What didn't happen that episode? Do I have a post-credit? It seems like I don't. Okay. Yeah. But also, huh? I don't know. Like, what? I need to go back and check like motivations for a lot of stuff. Like what is Ver doing with the frontier again? Right? In G. And then Carol's is different. She just kind of wants to destroy the world for some other reason. And then Adam wanting to destroy the moon makes a lot of sense. And is doing that through Tiki? Right? Isn't that the whole thing? Well, wait, do they want to destroy the moon? Or do they just want some other kind of world control? I need a refresher, like bad. And I'll probably do that very soon. But yeah, I think this is like season 1, season 5 linking a lot. Like I'll need to go back and see motivations for a lot of stuff. For sure. Yeah, now time for a relook on a bunch of stuff and going back and having a look at episode 11 as well. All right, so let's start here. This is probably the best spot to start. This is episode 12. Chris just killed herself, but she didn't. To protect the moon by blocking the Kadingir's beam. So Kadingir, big old cannon thing being built under Lydian. Like, it's a big elevator shaft. That was a great reveal. I remember that. You want to destroy moon, right? And then Enki keeps saying, I'm sorry, Fine, right? So Fine's under the impression that this is bad for whatever reason, right? We're probably going to dive into a little bit more of the interpersonal relationship between Enki and you, and you're probably talking about Enki this entire time, right? It's probably something romantic going on there, potentially. So, like, you want to destroy Moon and you're, like, misunderstanding some things. Gotcha. I now remember Symphogear G. That the moon's going to fall out of the sky and we're hiding that information from the rest of the world. So FIS thinking they're doing something good. In reality, they're just like something weird with Ver's ultimate plan. I'll continue watching here, but like moon actually not falling out of the sky. It's interesting at this point as well that I've been reading. We're talking already about Bavarian Illuminati. We're talking already about the moon being something that's like a jammer, right? The moon is an observational device created by the custodians to disrupt the unified language of mankind. True, but as we learn out, like the unified language of mankind is a bad thing. That is Shemha. We want to stop that. We've been lied to in a way, right? Like this whole time, because the whole time I've been kind of like, well, why aren't we destroying the moon? Doesn't that sound like a good thing? It'll cause destruction to the Earth in the process, but wouldn't like speaking, everybody having the same language be like a good thing? But no, it's not. And then yeah, we're singing here to stop the Earth from not the Earth, the moon from falling into the Earth. And then Mario singing isn't strong enough. My song can't save anyone. Again, themes coming back through. Gotcha. And then like punches her in the head. I can't have my way unless the moon falls. And then we send Mum to space, even though she's been giving like good information this entire time, because she like logged into like a computer and started figuring some stuff out. Oh, and then you want to like use the Earth to like destroy the population or something. Okay, you want to reduce the population to a controllable number, and then as a result, I'll become a hero. Okay, so you want this to happen. You want moon to fall into Earth, and you've been lying and manipulating FIS the whole time. Okay, I finally understand the season I saw like 6 months ago. And then I'm not sure there's much to see here in GX, right? Because that's just Carol in her bag, having the daddy issues and everything, and wanting to cut the world in a lot of different ways. It builds up to the chateau stuff, which is important for the climax, but not any of the moon stuff, I don't think. And then, yeah, Elf Knighten's fucking dead. And Top Dad's here. Okay, I'm remembering this. Yeah, seemingly nothing about the moon, but I could be wrong. The only reason I'm doing this is I don't really want to like look up like a Symphogear wiki yet, because that seems like it would be a bad idea. And then, okay, you want divine power under your control, right? So it's not about the moon with you. You want divine power. You want to become as God, because you're like the proto-human that's too perfect that we like deleted, right? But you're also a creation of like custodians. There's a shot here somewhere, right? Okay, we destroy his like god hand in the end of episode 12. Again, I think he just wants divine power, right? To like control people. And he was like manipulating Sanjaman and Co. in that process, much like Ver. Okay, bringing the many into the one, right? Much like what I think Shemha's trying to do here, right? Have like a group of people under her control, right? That group of people being like the entire Earth. Okay, I've successfully reviewed. There's not as much stuff about the moon as we think, whilst the moon's simultaneously being important. It's more like with G and Axis, it's like alchemist shit, you know. Just yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep track. I think, which brings us to here, which brings us to the start of the new episode, right, where we finally see mostly the payoff to a lot of the stuff from season 1, right? Where like this is Enki. Enki has some kind of relationship with Fine. That's why there's so much I'm sorry, Fine, right? And there's going to be a grand misunderstanding here because it'll prevent the communication between the two any longer. But if we allow this like Shemha language virus thing to perpetuate, then that's just going to result in everybody being enslaved, right? Which is also bad. So harmony, right? Harmony between everybody is also simultaneously like the same as subservience to one person, right? Like, yes, we're all in harmony. Yes, there's no conflict, but there's also no individuality there. We're all under the control of some malevolent being out of our comprehension. Okay, right. And then we've been misinterpreting this curse of Balal as a curse, when in reality it's a jammer stopping a language virus from spreading and controlling everybody. And Yggdrasil is somehow involved here as well. I think we're going to find out more about that in the next episode. Yeah, there's quite a bit going on here. Gotcha. And this is where we're doing all the revelations. And right, okay, cool. But Moon been good, right? And I think there's been many parts in the series where Hibiki's been like, well, why don't we just destroy Moon? Well, destroy Moon bad. And I think some of the characters maybe, again, like didn't know that. Like, I just don't know why. So this whole time I've been like when all these characters are like, we need to destroy that vexing Moon. No, the Moon, it's going to let us all unite in harmony, right? What? Like, why don't we help them? I guess there's been like the Earth at stake each of those times, right? We need to destroy the Curse of Belial, but it's going to impact the Earth and the people on it negatively in the process. So then we try to stop people. Because other than that, we haven't been really sold a lie this entire time. Like, we would have been sold a lie if, like, we'd been, trying to destroy this moon the whole time, and we should have been protecting it, but we've kind of been protecting it the whole time anyway, so I don't know. I guess I'll just jump into the episode. I think things will become clearer as I watch more of it. I guess I could ask Discord. That's cheating. All right, let's jump into the episode then. So the opening scene, I was very confused. This is Enki and Shem-Ha way back in the day, fighting on something. I don't know. This would be Earth, right? Because we see a big shot of the moon. It's like the first thing we see this episode. This so much reminds me of episode 8. I believe there was a couple of figures like flying through the air and like slamming into each other and stuff. It's interesting that we have this power in language as well, and then we have like Fine, like making, or Fine, Ryoko, it's fine, like one of the two. Creating Symphogears, which create power through singing. Is singing unites everybody in a different way than language unites everybody. Interesting, because we've seen the power of phonic gain in the past, like many, many times. I don't know. Are we going to need to sing to beat language? It's weird, huh? Yeah, but this is the reveal. I see like these two characters. I see you. You're from the start. You are Enki, I find out. And you are Shem-Ha. We've seen your design pretty skillfully placed in a previous episode, so we immediately know who this is. Shem-Ha, your plans have been thwarted. It's no use. Give up, right? So you think you've won already. And then you're trying to stop like Silver Beam when she like turns around and shoots it, and that's going to like destroy you if you let it happen. But I'm going to cut off my arm in the process of like, okay, all right, and you're on Earth right now, and then you walk towards the thing, and then you hit button, right? Button probably sends thing to moon, right? The thing that's up on the moon now, and that's the network jammer for Shem-Ha, right? So you sacrifice Arm turns into blood that we see in episode 1. We have one final clash, you defeat this incarnation of Shem-Ha, but again, it's like a virus that's in everybody apparently. You're sacrificing your life to take back the future. Yeah, you have to activate Network Jammer. I'm sorry, Fine. Fine probably doesn't understand why you went away, and wants to reconnect with you somehow. And that's why events of Season 1 happen. Or many events throughout history happen in which we're trying to climb up towards the moon. And that's through Maria's memory, because she has Argatalam, which is somehow linked to Enki. Gotcha. The bridge basically immediately finds out they're on the moon. The bridge are kind of ancillary to this episode. I'm probably going to skip through a lot of their scenes, except they make a good target for exposition later. I guess they figure out the Yggdrasil stuff happening on Earth and express that to the cast as well. So this particular building has pure air in it and gravity similar to Earth, implying that potentially it came from Earth and is being imbued with some kind of technology to keep it that way. And Tsubasa's sheepish. She didn't mean to take us to the moon, but we'll get out of it. It's okay. And we find out later that these two have been separated from the rest of the group. So they're in a different location of this kind of base than everyone else. And this is, now that I'm noticing it, right? So last episode we had a Kirika Shirabe pop-off. This is our Maria Tsubasa pop-off. There'll need to be a Chris pop-off somewhere, and then Hibiki left for probably the biggest pop-off of all. So these two get to do their Argatalam thing, not Argatalam, their amalgam thing, later on in the episode, and this is kind of broad setups around that. Like, we need to have courage, we need to not push each other away, we need to connect, and that's kind of what they do in the end. Versing a foe that is literally two copies of itself, we can combine the two differences of ourselves together to become greater than that one amalgamous being, right? Like, okay, you could almost see Millark in that last conflict as a representation of what the Curse of Belial, or not the Curse of Belial, what Shem-Ha will do. Like, everyone will become assimilated, everyone will become monsters, everyone will become the same, in tandem, right? Where these two separate sides, two people that were at one point in conflict, right, coming together and being stronger as a result, through the formation of bonds through the rest of the show, through the formation of trials, tribulations, and conflicts. Yeah. Smart writing, Symphogear. I like it. I like it a lot. I also like flicking the nose for Tsubasa. Like, that gotta hurt, right? That gotta hurt a lot. We see Argatalam, the relic, start to, like, shine. And it's gonna open some doors for us because, again, it's like Enki, right? Enki had this at one point, so it makes sense that it would resonate with this particular gem building. So these guys had an extra gem to return, but they no longer have said gem. So, okay, let's talk about their plan. Their plan was to destroy rockets so nobody could make their way up here, then hit Thing, go to Moon, destroy Jammer, or turn off Jammer, have another one in their pocket to come back down, and then everyone would be monster and Shemha would take over world. And that kind of so they don't have the way back now. You know what I mean? So like they're almost suicide missioning it up here to destroy the jammer. We also learned that Elsa no longer has like tail ability stuff, so she's kind of out of commission. Maria has to do not Maria. Oh my god, Vanessa has to do all of the fighting now. But despite it all, they're being sweet and like they're like a group that likes each other. So I don't know, charming, I guess. So these ruins are trying to eliminate intruders, which is probably what would have happened regardless with these people, right? Like Enki's probably set this up to the point where these things are going to destroy any intruder because, like, Shemha could potentially, kind of predicting this almost, like some security there. And they're the same things we saw on the South Pole, implying that it's the same kind of ancient technology that we've seen in the past. We get a couple of transformation sequences used this episode. I don't mind their uses here. They don't feel like kind of time wasting, even though they kind of are. But, like, you know what I mean, though, right? They're well placed. They add to the hype, I think. And Hibiki's is still really good, so like we can't really complain. To my knowledge as well, I also see this as like a new Hibiki song, so we'll give it a read just for shits and gigs. It could have showed up somewhere else. Again, they're kind of all starting to blend together a little bit, all the Hibiki songs. So you know, I vowed to protect others, but what if the time comes that my two fists aren't enough? I don't know, when maybe like there's some god-like being involved. But yeah, essentially this is like another great action scene pop-off moment for the two of them. I was going to say earlier as well, Chris is just kind of like no enemies this season. She's just kind of here, which is good for her. We like this. I'm still waiting for like the other shoe to drop for you to like actually have like some like conclusive stuff here. Because you're in the opening and you see some stuff about your parents, maybe. Maybe that's coming up next episode. I don't know. I can't stop now, not even if I'm afraid, as time marches on mercilessly to the future. Am I really myself when I make my decisions? Please tell me, please tell me. I don't know, are you? I know Tsubasa wasn't earlier, but for now, just take the first step. And that's where we're moving into the chorus. Let today become the spark that lights tomorrow. Live your life without regrets. Your fight's far from over. The fire that's still burning in you will consume your fear and fuel the possibilities of your heart. Okay, whatever you say. Yeah, we just kind of get like this broad action scene between a lot of different parties destroying these like mosquito things. This is where we see Thigh Laser as well. I'm a fan of Thigh Laser. That is good. This is a very like horny episode too, just like overall. I thought so anyway. It's almost ridiculous. And yeah, like you're still under the illusion that you want to like release humanity from its curse, right? But that's not really what we're doing here. Like you're putting it under a different curse. We're just using the word curse in a different way, right? Like it's a curse in the way that it's stopping a god from destroying the world, basically. They intend to break the curse of Belial. What would it mean for people to really understand each other? That's not really what this is about, right? I think people have been sold a lie throughout history by certain people to make this happen, to make this want to happen. Because the way I see it, as soon as the moon is destroyed, that's when like Shemha just like activates like that. Because the way they imply it is that she's in everybody. This is where we get ambushed by a bunch of the sarcophagi, I guess you would say, the things that the South Pole. There was like a really big one at the South Pole that's obviously stronger than these, but these are like a version of it, right? Can you hear this song burning in your heart and soul? No hesitation can ever weigh down my fists. As Hibiki just goes ham here, she like, I think Chris says it best, she goes like brute force and makes it look good. Again, the animation broadly being fantastic throughout as well. Hold on for our joined hands to show the answer. What can we learn from the shining pulse of life? I don't know, but you're definitely going to punch the shit out of it, whatever it is. How far will our voices ring out? I don't know, as far as Hibiki to punch a hole in this wall. Based. Alright, so then we get into Shemha talking some smack. We learn some important stuff here. One, that Miku is still kind of in there somewhere, still struggling. That's good. But also she gets, like, bondaged later, which is bad. Like, she gets pulled into the darkness even more. And we learned that, like, Shemha didn't like take over her body. Miku kind of let her in a way. But we'll get to the specific dialogue here in a second. So the roots of Yggdrasil have spread to all the core locations on Earth. Once the monsters fulfill their duty, then nothing is left there to stop me. Cool. So what does Yggdrasil do here? I'm guessing it just like spreads the whole Shemha language thing even further, right? From the center, which is you at the moment. Yeah, like we see Miku as represented by the body shuddering still a little bit, like trying to take back control. Are your feelings so strong as to bring about this miracle? I don't know, but I know somebody else's feelings that are. We see like bondaged up Miku. Hello Miku, it's been a while. So there's a specific scene, a couple of episodes ago now, like June 8, where we see like Miku floating in like the water, and then we accept somebody in, and that was Shemha. That was bad. We shouldn't have done that because you used the same conceit that we've used to like fool everybody. Like we want to connect with others, let them know how we feel, right? Like, isn't the best way to do that by accepting Shemha's plan and accepting this universal language and all being turned into monsters or something in the process? Like, wouldn't we all be together, assimilated, knowing how we feel together? Right? Sounds good. Well, Miku thinks it sounds good, so she accepts it. But no, that's just a ploy. It's always been a ploy. It's always been a trick. It's almost like the human condition is misunderstanding and needing to reconcile and like coming together despite differences and that kind of thing, right? Yeah, you got tricked, you got scammed, you got fooled. And then, yeah, I am Shemha, planet's rightful ruler. I'm like gonna lick your ear. Your name means the same as Shemha. I think somebody's brought this up, I think. This is ringing a bell, but a refresher there would be nice too. And then, yeah, we take her away. This is a punished Miku. And this is when Yggdrasil starts to go crazy as soon as, like, whatever happened there happened. As soon as, like, ear licking happened, Yggdrasil goes crazy. So now we have Agarthalam leading these two to a specific location. It takes us to big old ball. Ball has, like, runes and stuff on it, and then it resonates with these crystals, which is the core of the ruins. You could almost imply that, like, the core of the Curse of Balal has been Enki this entire time. What's been powering this jammer, right? Right? Maybe because there's a lot of like blood touch and technology stuff too. That could be a part of it. So yeah, now we have a small discussion with Enki. I find it surprising that we are able to talk with him at all. I thought a lot of this would need to be read somewhere or implied some other way. Again, building on this language theme, language not being able to link us. But no, eventually we tune like the kind of system itself to the language it's been hearing from these characters within it, so it's able to talk with them. Makes sense, I guess. I'm still waiting for that Apple song to come back too. I'm sure that'll happen at some point too. So yeah, this is Anki, everybody, as I've been saying. This is Observation Base Marduk, the core of the network jammer known as Balal. Again, the first thing we see linking Network Jammer itself and the Curse of Balal. And again, like I'm already tying this into Curse of Balal, Blessing of Balal, into Hibiki's Curse of her needing to do this and Blessing of her needing to do this, linking all the way back to Season 1. That's pretty cohesive, right? We're then finally able to communicate with the bridge, Tsubasa and Maria, give everybody the like information that it allows them to communicate now. Again, theming. Oh, it also disabled the defense system, so these people are able to like move freely now. There's less like mosquito things around. So then we get a lot of exposition through Enki here, who tells Tsubasa and Maria. The reason Shemha looked down on us as tools is this. There's almost like there's some kind of neural connection between every human or something that that may have been, applied in previous seasons in the show to save things. Humanity's brains were developed in preference to their physical capabilities in order to enable them to function as a cluster of biological computer terminals for the planetary terraforming device known as the Yggdrasil system. Planetary terraforming device known as Yggdrasil. Okay, so we need to have every human connected on some level for Yggdrasil to terraform the Earth and destroy the Earth, and also probably remake it within Shemha's vision, right? And at that point we would have enslaved everybody anyway, and you'd be the ruler of everything. Gotcha. Okay. I missed this line. This line's important. This is what links the Yggdrasil and the Curse of Belial plans. So on this planet, the custodians had created life. This is what we created life means here. So we created life, promoted evolution, and modified that life in accordance to our goals. Humanity itself is just another product in that process. But one of our own, one of the custodians, who performed biological remodeling, revolted in pursuit of power and authority and challenged us to battle. This is what we see when Enki and Shemha are fighting at the start of the episode, maybe, right? And then when you say, I'm making my play for the future, you're going to turn into, like, language. Yeah, transforming into language itself. Shemha was able to lurk within every system, rendering her impossible to destroy. And as we just learned, like, brains are a system too, right? They're part of the network. So, like, we've got language. I also like this effect here. This is because you can kind of see, like, letters in it as well. So that's like spreading around. It's like some smoke shit. Oh, so then we sealed Shemha. We sealed Shemha within Bracelet, but now Bracelet is out, and Bracelet has become something else. So Fudo kind of fucked up bad, huh? He's just like, I want some divine power. Let's go get like the most dangerous one possible. Like, what are you talking about, man? So again, Shemha's immortal. No matter how many times we defeat her physical form, whatever form that may be, she's always within language itself. So that's why we need the moon. That's why we need the network jammer on the moon to stop this from happening in perpetuity. So the Curse of Belial, whilst being the cause of all conflict on Earth, basically, right, has also been the thing protecting us from the thing that'll use the Yggdrasil to terraform the Earth and destroy the Earth anyway. So, like, listen. In, like, G, when Ver's like, let's crash the moon into the Earth, that'll be funny. It would wipe out a bunch of the population, and that would be good. In that process, he would have taken out the network jammer that would have caused this apocalypse to happen instead. I kind of want to see that now. I wanted to see, like, Ver succeed in destroying the world only to be overtaken by an even stronger evil being. So yeah, now all the cards are on the table. We understand why Curse of Belial is bad. Or, no, wait. Curse of Belial is good. I don't know why the characters acted the way they did in the past, though. You know what I mean, though, right? Like, okay, I need to go back and see like, why do we care what Fine's doing? Will destroying the moon cause fragments of the moon to come down and destroy people, and that's bad? Is that what we're doing? Okay, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, then we find out, right? Millark walks in on this, and that kind of leads to the final conflict of the episode. But like, we've learned a lot here. So Yggdrasil needs Curse of Belial gone, and also Yggdrasil will turn all of humanity into monsters that are only controlled by the one being Shemha. Yeah, but we get a awesome action scene with Maria and Tsubasa to boot. I think that, again, I've talked about the thematic importance of this fight scene already, so I think I'll focus on the song and the animation itself, kind of in lieu of that. But just know that it's very good thematically, this fight. Again, like, two separate individuals that have been conflicting in the past coming together and overcoming the one thing that is the same mind, right? That is monstrous. Think about it. Much like the previous thing too, I don't recognize this song. as we pause on that shot. So I'll read it again. Just, for shits and gigs, why not? Maria transformation sequence still good though. I just want to protect the places in my reach. That is all I can do. And this is probably the most impressive the animation gets this episode too, like all this kind of stuff. Just, it's a lot going on, right? It's precisely because of my weakness that I was happy to just grasp the happiness in front of me. But the winds of time don't just heal my wounds. The world beckons me with endless possibilities and spurs me on. Let's go, Maria. That's good, right? We're going even further beyond. And then this is where Millark's talking like, oh yeah, we can outlast you because you guys need water. So if we're trapped up here, like forever, then we'll just wait you guys out. Which is fair enough, right? So we see Millark try to do the seal thing again, but it gets blocked by the sword. Think about it. Metaphors going on here. As long as I have a sky to which to scream my frustrations, then I can withstand any enemy holding me down. Okay. As long as I have a sky? Well, you're kind of on the moon. Does the moon have a sky? I was just kind of not paying attention and read fine here and thought I read fine. So I don't know, maybe I'm losing it. Even if they break my arms, I can still punch. Go hard, go hard. True. This fight scene goes hard, that's all I know about. I don't care about losing to my foes, as long as I don't lose to myself, my fire will burn. As we kind of ensnare Milak here, the two of them ganging up on the one and destroying her, at least for now. This is where we hit him with the open bat, and we turn into a big lot of bats. You could equate this to Elsa using her, like, weird wolf form thing. This is like their new power up that they got from whatever Shemha did. So you're allowed to like make a copy of yourself now, right? Like with a bunch of bats. There's more than that to the Grand Guignol. Okay, I'm gonna imagine that that's just like you. I don't know what this is. A Grand Guignol. Any gruesome or gory drama or event such as a... Okay. Weird. Thanks, Wikipedia. It seems like it's French for like grand gory spectacle. Yeah, but like we have Shadow Millark here now, right? We they're gonna fight in unison as opposed to the other two that are just not fighting in unison at this moment, right? Oh yeah, this is where we see this shot. Synchronized justice. I think I've made my feelings clear on this. This show's for straight people, by the way. It's a pretty cool attack, because then the ground comes up and they smush them together. It's pretty good. The grand pussy slam of 2023, by the way. But yeah, no, we rally, we get out of it, and we're going to bring back a song, the first song we sang together, which is the idol show from G, right? Which had a very different connotation at the time, but sure. And we're bringing in Tsubasa's pride, something that was damaged in the start of the episode with the whole taking them to the moon accidentally. We need to get her courage back, to have the courage to not be a coward and accept hands that are right before her and join, right? And we hear the song build up, and it's all very hype. 3, 2, 1, ready, go, fly. This is this limitless strong emotion, this unbreaking strong emotion, it's never gonna lose. It's an immortal melody. Oh my god, immortal? True. Apparently you guys are going to hit Yggdrasil with everything you've got in the meantime. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's too strong for you. Again, I'm going to keep bringing it up. Gungnir is part Yggdrasil, right? This might be something there, right? We're going to keep it in the tuck. It slipped away from my hands, but I still feel the pulse of life. The light of the chipped moon has questions to all of us left behind. True. That's also relevant back in G, by the way. Here we see Milak use the synchronized screw attack, which is the second synchronized screw attack we've had this episode, but anyway. And then we hit the ignition, we go into amalgam mode, like right here. It's pretty predictable, because it's what happens at the end of every one of these fights, but it doesn't mean it isn't hype. And we've kind of already seen Tsubasa's one, so we're going to focus on Maria's here. Burn bright, burn alone, there is no destiny, as again she like expands out that big old flower phoenix thing, and it turns into a dragon, and the dragon comes down and like wraps around her arm and turns into an extra appendage. Fly high, breaking out from your past, go and spread the fire to the heart, or of the heart. Sing high, let them hear, sing loud, let them hear. About our love, oh my god. Hold your tears in your hands, hold all you shoulder, turn your immortal dreams into your wings. Hey, yo, wings with Tsubasa. But yeah, like basically a bunch of bullshit just happens on screen. It's pretty well animated, but like it's like fire and bats and huge explosions and stuff. Let us fly to the morning we wished of. There was like a fucking lightning thing there or something. Sing your phoenix song, which is Summum Bonum Rosenkreuz, which sounds German? I do not know. But we won. We destroyed the adversary, and it was hype and awesome, and it was thematically good too. So it was a Symphogear fight. It was good. We see like little Millark up here. Like this is Millark like getting away but weakened, much like Elsa maybe, I think. This is where we try to go back to the HQ and communicate, and they're all screaming because there's damage to the port side. We're taking on water, okay? The base may sink, that's bad. Yggdrasil is everywhere. Here we see Great Wall of China, you would imagine. And then the Sphinx in Egypt. Then New York City. This would also cause like mass, like big giant waves and tsunamis and stuff. It even causes the Statue of Liberty to cry in case in case you were, I guess, lost on the tone here. And then you're standing here, there's a bunch of trees climbing up. My heart leaps with excitement. Now Yggdrasil, or with Yggdrasil, I will remake all things. But I mean, you need the Curse of Belial taken out to do that, right? But Earth is red, that is bad, and that is our kind of lead into the next episode. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to be back in a few hours, and we're going to do 12 and 13 then. But again, this will be the same video. Just like if the lighting changes and that kind of thing, I took like a step out for now, so I'll be back. But this was a really good episode. Probably, again, one of my favorites this season. I'll be back very shortly. And it's now 2.5 hours later, and I'm back, ready to watch episode 12, which I have up right here, right now. Hopefully my audio's okay. I didn't do a test, but hopefully it sounds alright. I'm definitely recording audio. That's good. 23 minutes, 46 seconds on this one if you want to sync up accordingly. 46 seconds is interesting, considering normally there's like it's 23 minutes 40, so I don't know, maybe we're doing something weird towards the end. Got those quartz subs as well, and it'll be the same picture-in-picture process as I've always done, basically. So yeah, we're here and we're ready to dive back in for the last 2 episodes. Just gonna give it a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Yep, indeed, I remember. Oh, we playing the opening. No, we're playing the ending now, and we're going to end with the opening. Classic. Okay, good. Omaizaki? Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, okay. But this is like the different perspective of it? It's encroaching the core? It's sinking down? True. Well, she's been shown to, like, break the rules a lot. But it was my understanding that she still needs Curse of Belial gone. Really? Yes, Elf9? Please pipe up. I definitely clicked on the right thing, right? This feels like we're skipping stuff. I did. Weird. Oh, evil. The Superb Song of the Valkyries. Okay. They most certainly do. We love songs. Hello, Elf9. The most powerful figure in the show. Oh, she's back. Yeah, she protected me when I fell over. The world if Elf9 didn't trip. No. Yes. I thought you were wearing like a headdress before. Are we getting like Carol v. Shemha? Yes. Yes, we are. Sure, let's go. I remember. We love Carol. Carol. You know what I'm talking about. Balls of yarn. Stop chatting shit. But I just don't think this is going to be particularly successful. Hopefully Elf9 doesn't do something like that. That would be bad. Yo, she's got like a lightsaber. Oh, she's ready to throw hands. Bro, you're just cheat. She just cheats. What am I supposed to do? Bait. Yeah, bait. Sure. Bondage. We love our bondage this season, no? Oh, we know all about bondage. Sure. Okay. Sure. Mini chateau. Yeah, let's murder Shemha. I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to be real with you. Renkin Jutsu. Yeah. Okay, well, that's bad. You shouldn't do that because this isn't going to work. It would be funny if this just like worked though. It's like, oh, we just killed Shemha. She's done. Also, Miku's dead. You would imagine not. Prove me wrong. What? Okay. Oh, and then you're like that? Gotcha. So Sensho Jing. Okay, gotcha. And then this is where we skip to at the end of the last episode. And then this is when the trees start to go crazy. Yeah. Okay. My timeline is in my head now. Oh no, random people. Whatever will we do? Try singing. That's a cool trick. Oh. Okay. Thanks, Top Dad. No, we hate you. Punch him in the head. Oh. Are we using like an actual computer system for it? Okay, sure. You can talk about that metaphorically too. Sure. All right, so she cheated. Gotcha. There was a bunch of like stupid technology down in her like little bunker, so I'll give her a break. No, Statue of Liberty. Yeah, and now we're back. Weird. Okay, so there's just like an 8-minute little flashback there. Well, this music though. Okay, is this like making a new like surface? Yeah, kinda. That's pretty fucked up. we should try and go stop that. Red Earth. Okay, cool. Oh, Vanessa's just like here. – Well, yeah. True. But also, fuck you. You reckon? You got no shot. Hibiki will put you in a spliff. There's no question about it. Yeah. Or Chris will? Chris would make more sense for me. Yeah, gotcha. And then Hibiki pop off moment later in story. Indeed. Just like 6 flips there in the sequence. Normal operation. Let's go. Shoot him with your gun, Chris. Spider-Man. There's no way you're 2v1ing Chris and Hibiki. There's just no way. Okay. I disagree. Isn't this kind of like a futile battle if she's like already doing the plan down below? What are you guys even fighting for? You don't need to shut off the Curse of Belial anymore. This is the song that goes, fire, right? Yeah. I like this song. Okay, shoot him with your gun. That was a big gun. Laser. Oh my god. I'm already run up in your face. Another sacrifice? Oh, there's a grab there. Hello? Uh, oh, and then the amalgam. Yeah, cool. Yeah, go and help. Yeah! Okay, let's go, Chris. Super bow? What is that? Boob laser! Okay, so she put like a reflector on the arrow? Okay. Goodbye. Chris murders with impunity. Something about metallic? Chris doesn't murder with impunity. She saves with impunity. Let's go. Okay, that's sick. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, Hibiki. I don't know. For shits and gigs. Oh, Chris, character development. Somewhere where I can belong, eh? Okay. What if you guys did that in like episode 4 though? Anyway, we made it. We made it, everybody. Oh, we love it. How are you able to speak to me? Vanessa's going back to her home planet? Oh, you've been overtaken by Shemha somehow? Oh. Okay, you're very talented. You can take out this one. There's no... Well, there is some... You know what I mean? Like, there's some collateral damage there, but it's not Miku, so just destroy with impunity, I say. Oh shit, we're fucking animating the shit out of this. Holy fuck. Well, I mean, that was in vain, because she already touched the thing. Yeah. Yeah, most probably. So yeah, everything went bad here, Vicky. I'm sorry, you fucked up bad. you bet and you lost. Yeah, how you feeling? We kind of fumbled the bag there, guys. I'm gonna be real with you. What? What are you talking about, man? Oh, hello. Okay. Hello, Shemha. On that day 1 year ago? What? Yeah, what day? Oh. Well, there's your Apple song connection. Well, that's no good. I don't. How are we getting out of this one, guys? I don't see a way out. I think we're just gonna fucking die. We're killing the moon. Wait, why do we need a lunar eclipse? Oh shit! Yeah, it's a Daedalus construct, right? Yo, and we're making a tunnel to Earth? Yeah. Okay, so you guys are like final sacrificing us. Yeah, cool. Oh shit, you're right. Is that even what a Daedalus construct is, or did it just fucking make that up? Yeah, you guys helped. It's okay. Okay, cool. I also like this from a writing perspective that I'll talk about as well. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Well, it sucks that you guys will never, like, get to see that now. I don't know. You guys probably don't want to be. It's a good answer. Somebody slurp up all that dust. Hibiki? Oh, and then that's the payoff for that. Okay, that was random, sure. Let's go, chat. Yeah, where are we going? Thoughts? Let's go. Oh, everyone's coming together. Let's go. Oh, Echelon. Okay. Let's go, Echelon. Just fucking smash all the computers, quick. What? What is this? What is happening? What? 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 I need to go back and have another look. Oh, Sebastian's having a lesson. Yeah. Which father are you talking to again? Oh. We need some kind of song. Just believe. But? Just cheat. We can cheat. Why not? She cheats. Let's cheat too. Just believe. The purest miracle of all, eh? What, are they gonna fucking die? Hope not. Oh no, they all burned up in the fucking in the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, but you won't re-enter Earth. Oh, it's the thing. You're saying the thing. Then there was also then on the poster, not the poster, the title. We did it, chat. We did it. Yep. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Uh huh. Yep. Oh, what? What's a hair? I think we did it, chat. Okay, cool. That's like the poster for Exiv season, but also she's like saying like the line from season 1, like meteor falling, burning on or something, right? Weird. Well, I mean, okay, this is different structurally already because I thought we'd already be like halfway through our fight, but it seems like we're just starting it. So I mean, there's absolutely no option at all. So say I structured my episodes differently, there'd be no option in stopping here. You absolutely cannot stop here. Like, what are you talking about? What was that part with like Ogawa's brothers or something? What was that? What are you talking about, man? I'll talk about the thing I like as well, right? So we have a scene set up where Vanessa's going crazy trying to kill people. We save her, and then her body gets inhabited, and then stops Curse of Balal from occurring, right? Or sends a virus, or something fucking weird happens, right? And then, like, Vanessa even dies in that process. So if we ended it there and they did nothing else, then the choice to save them would be a unequivocal bad decision from a plot perspective. I like that they had a sacrifice that got us out of a jam as well. It showed that in a plot utility sense, it was the right thing to save them as well. I just think it's important to have stuff like that. Otherwise, we're selfless to the point of being kind of stupid, I think. And yeah, analysis on episode 12 of Symphogear Exiv. And we're back with the penultimate episode analysis segment. I don't really have that much to say about this episode. It's got a bit of a strange structure, if I'm honest. It kind of takes a point that we skipped ahead to at the end of last episode and plays like the 8 minutes or so before that. I guess it shows like Elf9's last stand and how the Yggdrasil thing gets out of hand and what causes that to happen. There's also some like a right away with Shenshou Jing doing something, Shenshou Jing, that I thought was interesting. Like Carol actually kind of winning and then just getting like kind of memed out of it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I kind of like how Shemha's like bullshit. Shemha just does what she fucking wants. She's the best. And I like that we're just doing bullshit too. We're just pulling shit out of our ass like continuously. It's like a bullshit off. Who can bullshit the most to get like break the rules the most to win here? Like, what do you mean we created a 1,000-kilometer long tunnel using the Daedalus thing? I'll look that up. Like, it has to be Daedalus something, right? Yes, it is. It's the guy that made the labyrinth from back in the day, according to legend. What was I talking about? Yeah, because that's kind of bullshit as well, that we're just like able to sacrifice and do that. And from a certain other perspective, I like that Elf9 didn't like lose her memories in the pursuit of like taking out Miku. That would have been like a bad ending. So I'm happy that we're getting a good ending instead. There's just lots of good setups and payoffs. Like there's an actual like great payoff to a lot of the Chris stuff that's been set up to this point. There's the stuff about like Tsubasa grabbing the hand and finally grabbing that hand of Hibiki, reciprocating that as well. So that was very well done. I like how everybody all over the world is working together despite everything, right? So technically we're destroying the curse of Balal, right? Where we're uniting everybody, but it's like got really bad connotations to it, right? And in the process of trying to stop that, we're uniting everybody. I think that's kind of ironic and kind of brilliant. I like that a lot. I still don't really understand all the specifics of everything going on, like how certain characters are able to do certain things at certain times, but Symphogear. I think I'm just going to jump in. I don't think I have much to say here, but yeah, I think I'll have more once we get to our pure conclusion to everything next week. No, in like 40 minutes time. So they say they're going to hit Yggdrasil with all they've got. And originally I read this line last episode and I'm like, I wonder what they meant by that. Anyway, now we see what they meant by that. They're going to send something towards Yggdrasil to try and stop it, which is Carol. Well, Elf9. Carol, you know what I'm talking about, right? So again, we need a network of things all over the world connecting to make Yggdrasil work all over the world, right? That's part of the need here. It was originally going to be humans, but now we have real computers, so we're going to use those instead. That's why, despite protecting the curse of Balal, Yggdrasil is still going about its business. So Genjiro goes to leave. With the gear users away, there's only one thing that can stand against that myth-class monster, implying that he was going to go out there and try to take her out? I don't know. Maybe release Fudo. That guy's pretty strong. I don't know. Yeah, like, send Genjiro and Fudo out there. They can deal with it. So Elf9 has an idea. Elf9's going to go out by herself and try to stand up against this god, by the way. The great metempsychosis will soon take place? Sure. I'm going to imagine like take over of everyone's minds. And I convert the lost lambs of this planet into my own weapons. At that point, like, who are you even fighting? You know what I mean? Why do you need weapons? Are you going to go, like, intergalactic? I don't know. Sure. Oh, I shall strike my brethren that fled across the horizon. What are you talking about, man? So this is, like, to get revenge on, like, other custodians? Okay. You're weird. And evil. Look at this face. That'd be a funny thumbnail. Maybe. We'll see if there's a better one. The episode is called Superb Songs of the Valkyries. You can imply that the Valkyries kind of flying out of the air as well. Later in the episode, for sure. kind of that final superb song as they kind of try to enter the Earth's atmosphere as well. There's something in that for sure. It's interesting that you talk about humans humming a song at certain points in time when they're this happy. Potentially a song will lead to your downfall. We'll have to see next episode. But yeah, it's like evil god versus little girl. I'm not sure little girl's gonna win. We get some Force Ghost Carol before Carol actually comes back a final time to try to, take out Shemha. And we're equating this to the moment that, like, Miku didn't run away when protecting me, when in retrospect she probably should have ran away. But anyway, all's well that ends well, I guess. Yeah, so this is a nice, like, wrap-up for Elf9 and Carol and stuff. Like, just this final bit of bravery, when Elf9's always been known as somebody that, runs away and is quite meek, that she steps out here to try to take on the most powerful character in the show. There's something in that for sure. And I'm happy we get to see this transformation sequence once more again, which is fun. So all the evil transformation sequences, they're the most fun. And of course we've heard this song before, so I won't be reading it again. I don't think there was any unique music this episode, because we kind of got that Chris song again. So, I don't know. I called them balls of yarn. They're obviously balls of the harp string, but I think both work. So originally we fire a bunch as kind of a distraction as we try to run off towards the tree to try to stop it. Carol's alchemy was a challenge to the gods, but her power burns away memories as its price. So if Carol/Elf9 were to try to take out a god, they would need to sacrifice memories in the process, which is what Elf9 talks about later. I mean, Shemha, pretty powerful, I will say. Able to kind of take control of the situation with ease. It was only through a trap that we were able to get some semblance of an upper hand. I do like her like lightsaber too. That thing's pretty crazy. Yeah, like here, kind of goes in for the kill, and that's when we activate the trap. And it's kind of like, the way I understand it, it's like a mini chateau, and we're able to restrain her through bondage. Awesome. Your use of extra rational physics nullifies all damage. But what about bondage? So we can hold you in place, right? We can't damage you, but we can hold you in place. And then we hit him with the wop, hit him with the everything, the AEST. My trump card is an alchemy that recreates the Chateau world dissection capability in limited form. It's usable as a god-killing weapon. You mean to spare Hibiki of having to kill her friend by doing it yourself. And this is the indicator to any audience with a brain. Like, otherwise, other than the timing of it, which is not where the villain normally dies. Like, we're obviously not going to murder Miku, right? It's the indicator that this isn't going to work. Something about humanity and impurities as gods? I don't know what you're talking about, man, but either way, it doesn't really work. And we're going to power this through the incineration of both Carol and Elf9's memories. And here's the justification for it not working. The evil banishing properties of the Shenshou Jing blocked my alchemy. Okay. Because you're still imbued with, like, the Shenshou Jing Faust robe thing. So that stopped that. Otherwise, you would have been toast. That's interesting. And that's also when you costume change. Gotcha. So, again, this is the indicator to me, the audience, that this is when we're transitioning back to when we were at the end of last episode, right? And then much like the previous episode, we see the Yggdrasil rays in various locations around the globe. We have a very brief scene here in which Top Dad says one line where he won't run away anymore. Okay, let's give him a chance. It is a crisis the likes of which we've never seen, right? That impacts everybody all around us. I'm going to stand by you. That's good. That's very good. Is it underwritten? Oh, hell yeah. But it's still good. I like that this happened. Contrast this with the stuff in GX when we don't know it's Top Dad yet, and he just runs away from some kids. He's like, I'm getting out of here, and he doesn't protect those kids when one of the auto scorers is going crazy. This is progress, I think. At least a little bit. But again, very quick. And as I talked about before, she's kind of like Shemha can't use the human brains because Curse of Belial still exists from Jammer existing. Shemha is using computers because we kind of equated it to computers before, so this kind of makes sense, I guess. We see what these trees do once they raise up above the clouds. They kind of create this interlocking system which encases the world, and it turns all red. I can't imagine it's very good. They've described it as some kind of terraforming thing. And yeah, that's our ad break. And then after this point is when we get kind of, not new content, because there was new content in here, but it just kind of catches us back up to where we were. which is interesting structurally, right? Because that throws me right off. Because normally, what I was expecting, we get to hear at the end of the episode when we're just about to fight over here, right? And then we fight for a bit, and then something dramatic happens, and then we move into 13. That's what I thought might have happened, but not the way the cookie crumbled there. So then we talk at Vanessa. Vanessa's almost the star of this episode. It's kind of her story in a way, right? It reminds me a lot of Axis, right? Except a little bit more quick, right? Where we essentially convince the villain team that what they're doing is bad over the course of like a fight, and they help us. But this is condensed into what, 14 minutes or so, where Axis did that over a few episodes. So gotcha, right? And this makes sense to me. This was a new perspective on it that got shifted, right? So we've been made into pure monsters. There's no way we can be human again. So, like, the only way we can belong in a structure, right, in society, is to make everybody monsters along with us, right? Otherwise, we'll be outcasts forever and continue to have the same bad things happening to us. Yeah, and Shem Ha promised us that we would, have some semblance of our goals being satisfied if we help to destroy this curse. So that's what we're going to do. Elsa asks if they're going to fight, and then Vanessa says, yeah, so stand back, and Elsa has this face. So I'm not sure she's that big of a fan of everybody fighting. And Chris is the other star this episode. Obviously, like I've talked about our structure, we've had Shirabe and Kirika against Elsa back on Earth. We've had Tsubasa and Maria against Millark up on the moon, and this is Chris's episode where she gets to do her thing, which is get her amalgam form and do all that side of it, right? And we need to make that kind of thematically relevant, right? So again, you've been through a lot. You've like learned things. You've taken learnings from what we've done across 4 seasons. So of course you're the best person to deliver this message in particular to Vanessa. All about where home is, right? Belonging. Belonging, Chris and belonging. Noble red and belonging, makes a lot of sense. Chris is red, noble red. Think about it. I'm still of the same opinions as I was before about Chris's transformation sequence. Sticks a little close to the body till we get out of the close-up shot, then it's quite good. Particularly liking the boob bullets, one of my personal favorites. And this little pose at the end. Right, where is it? There, bah! It's sick. And of course, having heard this song, I think twice before now, definitely not reading it again. So, for all intents and purposes, this should be like a fight that Vanessa handily loses. It's Hibiki and Chris. They're fucking strong as shit. You got no chance. She has been powered up, and we did literally see her fighting them two back on Earth, and she was kind of winning, so... But that was kind of a meme fight. I don't know. I feel like this should be a fight that she should lose. And she does, but only after amalgams. I do like the extra appendages. It almost mirrors Hibiki's amalgam in a way, right? With like these fist things coming over the shoulder. We'll go ahead and reclaim the future that was stolen from us. We don't need to go back to how we were. We don't need to change. We also can't change, so I don't know. Either way, Hibiki's going to stand in the way, so based Hibiki. I also like the red moon here behind, like, Noble Red Leader. That's pretty good. We're turning the whole world red. Whole lot of red, one may say. It's where Vanessa kind of turns into whatever the fuck this is. It's like a big wasp, something. She uses it to, like, charge a laser. It's kind of sick, I don't know. Definitely not what I saw coming. Hibiki saving Chris from the big explosion here, which is pretty cool. Saving people all the way to the end is Hibiki. This is where, like, Bat Miller comes out of nowhere and stops Chris's shot, too, so... I guess she helped. And then this. So, okay, like, that's when Vanessa gets super close, charges up, like, laser, and, like, Hibiki saves her again. And look at it, like, holding that boob quite close there. What's going on here? What's going on here, you two? Miku's out of the picture for, like, 1 second and you just change sides? What's going on? Either way, at the perfect moment, they activate Amalgam. There's a huge laser, the Amalgam explosion, and all 3 of Noble Red kind of destroyed. I know that she's like missing a leg. You've got like your super bow and arrow now. This is Chris amalgam form, everybody. And even in this like last moment, Liv struggle shooting that boob laser. Lot of boobs this episode, huh? Puts like a reflector on like the arrow, which reflects the boob laser up to the roof, which causes like the atmosphere to get in and suck them out. You know what this also reminds me of? It reminds us of on the like their underground Neptune's palace. Is that what we called it, right? Under the water, where Chris had to have enough finesse and didn't just like shoot in random directions to not like shoot the walls and let all the water in. It's kind of a similar vibe here, except like she's actively stopping the leak out into the rest of the space. I should read Vanessa's dialogue here too. At least we didn't want to be monsters, said Vanessa. And then we use, what was that? Dealer Metallic? What is that? Dealer Metallica for all? I know, okay, listen. I don't know what Dealer is, but Metallica have an album called Justice for All, right? There's something in that. I know you've got like a metal band thing going on from way back, right? Half your attacks are named after them, right? So there's something in that for sure, but but what is Diller? I don't know. All of these kind of weird attacks have had like that kind of inclination into it. Is that kind of like, is that almost like a Sanjaman thing coming through? Maybe? I don't know. Gold Metallica arrow saves the day. And the trick here is everybody, including myself, probably thought it was going to like hit the evil people and you know, kill them. But it saves them. Shock horror. Chris saving people instead of like murder. Character development. Saving people through an act of like finesse, where she's not just like, again, shooting randomly. And why did Chris save you? Let's say. I didn't do it to save you, but if you really want to keep going ahead, you should have known it's even more important to call a place home. Interesting. I mean, that ties into a lot of the Chris stuff, right? About finding a place to call home and finding a place to belong, and that struggle across multiple facets in her life, through the loss of family, through the moving of country, through the corruption by Fine. I don't know what else you would call it. Whatever the hell the, again, bondage situation there was. Yeah, and everything in the show building up to that in various aspects, even being reinforced last season with the whole oh my god, Stefan situation with Sonia. Yeah. Reinforcing that all the more, right? I'm always overthinking things, so there are times when I don't know what to do. But because I have a place to call home, I know I can stand up again and keep going. I like how these two are like buying it too. Love it. And then they ask Vanessa not to fight anymore. We don't want the heart of a monster anymore. I'm tired of using my weakness as an excuse to ignore my conscience. Which is pretty on the nose, but sure, Symphogear, they can get away with it. Yeah, it's enough to, you know, warm the cockles, isn't it? Until, again, it all goes tits up here in a second. This little farce is over. It's time for the end. Shemha takes over Vanessa's body, which I didn't even know was something that she could do. You're taking out that vexing network jammer yourself. So, again, I don't know if this implies that, like, as of next episode, Curse of Balal is off. Like, shit's hit the fan. It's all fucked. People are doomed. I don't know. We're going to see. It doesn't seem to bode well that the incarnation here of Enki transforms into Shemha. Let's put it that way. So I see it as you like you've put a bit of yourself into Vanessa. Vanessa like uses like charging port on her hand to plug it into thing and kind of uploads like yourself to the jammer, and then you destroy the jammer yourself, hopefully destroying all the Symphogears along with it, but that's when the kind of dataless construct comes in. Okay, gotcha. And this is the hesitation from Hibiki, right? And it's going to be something that's going to be mirrored next episode, right? So you've come to at least respect Vanessa, at least a little bit, right? Like we just, you know, had a touching moment, and now you're faced with the task of destroying her in an attempt to save the rest of the world. And this is you hesitating. This is you not moving quick enough, not going in a short, sharp, direct line to fucking murder this fool. But again, isn't that also good that you don't want to like murder your friends? Again, this is going to be cranked to 11 with the whole Miku situation here a little bit later on, so buckle in for that. And as I talked about before, so Chris has saved you, you had a touching moment, Shemha used some bullshit and just kind of like ruined the moment, and as a result got everything she wanted. If, again, you, Vanessa, didn't sacrifice yourself for the whole construct thing, I think that this would be like poor writing. I think it would make us feel bad about saving people, which is not something we want in Symphogear. Yeah, it's only upon hearing this, I beg you, God Killer, that Hibiki finally comes into action and like punches her in the chest. I do love this animation on Hibiki. This shit goes crazy good. It's probably some of the best direct stuff we've seen right? Along with that. But yeah, you were too late. Sorry. Let's even do that one more time. Yeah, like through here. Like, basically from there into here, like ripping off the clothes as you're like activating the relic. As you're yelling some like Gungnir bullshit. Yeah, it's very fluid. It's very action-packed. You've got a very simple background to kind of account for it as well. Full of emotion. Look at the eyebrows there. Because obviously this is Hibiki like doing something she really doesn't want to do, so it's a lot of drama there, right? And it doesn't end great for our heroes. So Shemha injects virus into Thing. You like die of like being punched in the stomach as a result. It's a bad ending. We fucked up. Even with your cursed fist, you protected our pride. Don't feel bad about it. Okay, that's nice, but still, we kind of ruined everything. The Marduk facility is about to give birth to a new Shemha. I don't know what you mean by this other than like a hologram exists. I don't know if there's like 2 of them now. That would be bad. And this is where we get some crucial lore again, probably linking the Apple song into everything, if we're honest. On that day, 1 year ago, when all mankind was connected for an instant, I was revived. So before then, you were dead? That being Shemha. Then what was the bracer? Why was the bracer important? Then I rose from Magallanica. Okay. Magallanica, the giant southland that only existed on maps. The massive southern continent was supposed to be a counterweight for the lands of the northern hemisphere? And disappeared? What are you talking about, man? Sure, I'll believe you. Why not? Is that Antarctica? Maybe. Maybe? And then that's why you're in that sarcophagus? Is that why Shemha, like the bracer, is there? Weird. I don't know. But Song connecting everybody connected her and like revived her. So when we felt good about all of this, it was actually bad. So sucks to be you. It was good in the moment though. So yeah, that little segment of Apple, the Apple song, is what remained of the universal language. And when everybody sung that in tandem, it reactivated you. Gotcha. So that's why Apple is important. And that's why the bracer made the Apple noise. Okay, cool. So yeah, connecting all of humanity right there was something we mustn't be allowed to do because it revived you and spun a chain reaction into where we are now, which is where like destroying this jammer that's up on the moon. And yeah, we have kind of no way to survive. And I'm like, well, what are we gonna like do, guys? Shit starts to hit the fan. The moon starts to like explode. Carol's fucking dead. Shit on the Earth is fucked. And now apparently we're waiting for a lunar eclipse. Which, what? The moon's going to be like destroyed. So how are you going to get an eclipse? I don't know. Either way, we have like a big old Daedalus construct pyramid thing, labyrinth, that's going to direct us directly towards the Earth. Now, if I remember from some of the lore of the labyrinth earlier in the show, it said that it was actually thousands of kilometers long. So this kind of makes sense, I guess. And again, it's plot utility for Vanessa and co. for saving them, right? Which I think is important. So again, it was important to get all 3 of them on side through various aspects. To be able to create this and be able to get us back to Earth to be able to try and save the Earth, which is what we're doing next episode. We're also going in a fast, short, straight, direct line to Earth too. Think about it. Some Hibiki tech in there. But in the process, Vanessa and co are going to sacrifice themselves. Again, this has massive Sanjaman's crew. What were they called again? Oh my god. Hell, Bavarian Illuminati something? Sure. Sanjaman's crew, when they save us from the nuke, this is very similar. We're kind of a self-sacrifice of these people upon being turned. Again, my criticism here is this is very quick, as opposed to the Sanjaman one, which felt a little bit more natural, but I don't know. We got to get back to Earth somehow. They ever say like some tsundere shit, like don't mistake this as us saving you, it's actually bad. Sure, whatever. A curse can become a blessing. My dad taught me that, talking to potentially the curse of their monstrosity. Sure. And this is the blessing that comes from that. Yeah, but they thank us. We say some kind last words here. Even something from Chris about a place to call home. Which I'm sure is resonating as they turn into pixie dust or whatever. And then I think this is kind of contrived. Like, Hibiki just like randomly flies out into nowhere and is grabbed by Tsubasa. It's cool because it brings in the Tsubasa Hibiki holding hands idea from a previous episode, but Like, why? Would be my question. I don't know. It's fine. I guess it's just laying on the emotion because, like, why not? So now we pan back to Earth. Everything looks like it's fucked, but people are, well, we're hanging in there, right? Like, the base itself, the bridge, they're not totally underwater yet. They're still fighting. Yggdrasil has stopped for a while. It was operating via the world's computers, but a bunch of different people all over the world are uniting to like hack against it, which is pretty cool. Like counter hack, like the god, and Echelon being used, which we've mentioned a couple of times in the show, which is like a supercomputer dealy that we use here. So again, everything's just kind of coming together, I think, which is cool. Even Trump is getting in on the action too, so that's good. Thank you, Trump, for saving the world, kinda. At least helping in the process of. I don't know about this hand gesture at the end though. What's that about? Trump, do you have something you want to tell us? Jesus. And then what the fuck is this? Okay, hang on. I've been busy delivering a letter that Yatsuhiro wrote in life, requesting aid from all the world's leaders. So Yatsuhiro wrote a letter, and then you've been like a postman for the letter, sending it to various locations around the world to get their help. This is Ogawa clan leader, eldest brother, Soji Ogawa. Okay. Ogawa has brothers? Sure. Okay. You look like you're like vamp as fuck too. You're like cool. Why couldn't you be in the show more? That would have been awesome. And this is the youngest brother, implying that Ogawa is the middle brother, which is Sutenu. Sutenu, sure. Sutenu? So you're like suave as fuck, and you like know tech people that are helping, right? And the other brother is like a vampire who sent a letter to like world leaders to help as well. Sure. Thank you, Ogawa's brothers, and thank you, Yatsuhiro, retroactively for also saving the day again. And this is, again, some more Tsubasa stuff. Sentinels don't protect people because they're weak, but because their courage and endless strength are worthy of protecting. And that was the lesson that your real father taught you. Fake father. Real father? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. It's good. It's some nice, like, again, closure for the whole Tsubasa thing, which has been one of the main things this season, once again. Hibiki just, like, says, hey, everyone, let's X-Drive. And then Chris is like, are you fucking stupid? We don't have any phonic gain. And then Hibiki says to just believe in the song of our hearts. The orbit has been calculated. They go for the superb song. All in tandem, all kind of covered in their, like, amalgam shields. At that angle of entry, we're implying that they may just burn up and fucking die. Yeah, they don't have the necessary phonic gain needed to activate X-Drive. And then we get Shemha saying this line, which again, I think is the tagline for Season 1. Meteoroids falling, burning, disappear. And then they turn into all their colors. Hibiki yells then, which is the last like word of that line as well. ... This is also like these like multicolors. I've seen this on the poster for this season as well. We break up a bunch of the fucking Yggdrasil trees as we laser on in, and here we are. We're all in X-Drive, baby, and we've all got like crazy hair. Now that I look at it, so yeah, look, you're cool. Okay, cool. You're cool too. Yeah, you're even doing like this with the backhand. I don't know what that's about, but sure. Maria, fucking Shirabe. This is the one I wanted to talk about. Look at the hair on it. Jesus, Kiriko. What's going on here? Okay. And then, of course, last shot here of Hibiki. Again, like longer hair. Do you have like wings? Is that something we're looking at too? You kind of have wings. Yeah, we have like angel wings. We're like saving the day, kinda. Okay. And then the last song being the opening as well. Okay, sure. Whatever you say. I'm ready to move on to the next episode now, I think. That episode was random as hell. But I think a lot of it works. I've talked about what I think doesn't work as well. But yeah, mostly it's just hype leading into something that should be even more hype. So looking forward to it. Gonna watch it very, very shortly. Rightio, so I've got episode 13 of Symphogear Exiv up here ready to go. 23 minutes and 41 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly. Got the court subs, you know all about the picture. Let's jump into the final traditional episode of the Symphogear series in like a 3, 2, 1. Radio? 3, 2, 1, go. Indeed. But then, you gotta remember then. Thank you. Okay. I'm recording. It'd be bad if I didn't record the final episode. What is this music? The synth. Yeah, like you guys kind of got wings. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, humanity. Oh yeah, we definitely got wings. Okay, and we'd like teaming up with Carol, kind of, and calling her Miku. Oh yeah, that's the conflict. We've talked about this like a lot. That's a long title. Or two. Does that imply stuff? What is this song? Oh, it's a duet! Yeah! Yeah, but what if I punch you? Oh, so we can actually hit her too. What? Okay. Subasa's popping off. What are they? Yeah, their hair's kind of crazy, yeah? Hello, Symphogear Slayer. Okay, that's good. We're making progress. Well, everyone's singing. Are we just gonna, like, win easy? That'd be funny. What is this? I'm not a myth class special disaster. Oh my god, you turned into, like, a giant thing. What am I looking at? Yeah, you turned into, like, a stupid giant thing. Gotcha. This is some Final Fantasy bullshit. Deus Ex Machina. Okay. You're fighting for a future. What am I looking at, man? Okay, that's a lot of fodder. We'll beat him up, though. Okay, thank you, Hibiki. Okay, so what's your solution, Shemha? Is that a giant Chris shooting a gun? What? In your laboratory, you dreamed of uniting all individuals, including gods? Oh, that thing's sharp? Oh yeah, no, but you misunderstand. And that's why you and Miku are kind of like... I see. I understand. Yeah, words can't do shit. Why are you crying then? Yeah. Yeah, kind of. She got scammed, but she kind of accepted it. She bought your bullshit. Okay, let's pump off Shirabe, save the day with your like chain rings. She thinks she's Sonic for real. What the fuck am I looking at? What are you doing, man? Oh shit. Is that like an FIS trio fucking mech? What am I... Rainbow Beam! Whenever we go Rainbow Beam, the villains are fucking done. They're donezo. Give it your all, everything you got. Alright, looks like you're fucking losing. Later, Shemmy. You're done. Looks like everybody's... Oh, Carol's here too? Based. Yes, I will kill you. Alright, cool. So we're paying off on the hesitation thing again. Oh, I love how the music stopped there too. That was great. Okay. Ooh, Firelord Ozai vibes there. Who the fuck are you? What am I looking at, man? Okay, that's like before. Oh. Okay. Sure. No! Elf9! Somebody get up and help! You cowards? I want Miku to be okay. Please? What do you mean by that? Well, that's pretty selfish. Well, it does, yeah, but it also has the power to save. Wow. Yeah, they really gave Carol so much like of a pop-off moment, right? It's almost like it's a blessing and a curse. Do you remember me, Elf9? Because that's important for me. That's important for me, Elf9, that you remember me. Okay. Hex power? Okay. Increasing its orbital speed. Are we going to crash the moon into the Earth? What is happening? We're all turning into Smurfs? Oh no, Curse of Belal's done. Gotcha. Well, Hibika's the only one that could resist, brother. Okay, so yeah, everybody's like fucking become like... They're all fucked. We're losing, Hibiki. We need you. Not Paris. Didn't even look like Paris. Not the bioterminal network. Okay. Except me. What about my fist? Yeah. It's the power that allowed you to take Miku, too. Oh, look at this epic 1v1. Yeah. Yeah, so my fist, which is accursed, may also be something that can hold hands. Not the even so. What am I looking at? Alright, we're winning. And it's playing the opening. Okay. Okay. Alright, we freed everybody. I don't really understand how, but Hibiki did it. Oh, you just like ate the Curse of Belal? Yeah. As we know, is it uniting everybody on Earth? Not the Black Blade? Okay. Yep. Protagonist shit. True. Yeah. She just won with a metanonia. Alright. Fuck you. Let's go. What the fuck? It's like a big ghost. This is how I win. With my fist. Alright. Yeah, I know. Well, you have feelings for Miku? Really? Sure. Alright. Cool. We won, guys. Oh, yeah. How's Miku doing? Oh, she's in the water too. I like that. Oh. Because I'm a hero, baby. I was too scared of vanishing from your memories, so I deleted my memories. It's alright. It's okay. It's poetic. It's fine. Okay. Thank you for your sacrifice, Carol. Kind of fake Carol that was kind of just a memory anyway. Alright, bye. What are you saying? Probably something sweet. Alright, but what about Miku? What's Miku thinking? Excuse me? Oh. Let's punch it. Okay. Head down the main shaft. Well, yeah. But how? Again, this is like a Gungnir Yggdrasil thing going on, right? That's what I would think. There's a bunch of dudes down there. We have to save the world, please. Who? What is happening? Chad, is this real? Rare Symphogear sighting. It's Miku. Okay. I think you should probably just rest, but sure. Okay. And yet now you're up and fine too. Carol's fucking dead. She's done. Okay. Well, we gotta destroy them all. How? We have to sing? Oh, interesting. Ah! And then it's that shot from the ending as well. Oh, we could have got Genjiro down there singing. Oh, so that's why it was so easy as well. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. Surprises right to the end, you reckon? Alright, let's win. We're in the fucking Pokemon Hall of Fame, apparently. Hold hands, quickly. Please? I like how we're just, like, sustaining X-Drive, too. Oh, so we're treated to, like, two separate, like, mass duets. Duets? Mass. Everybody singing. I do this every time. Yeah, I know. I know, sweetie. You got tricked. Yeah, there was some Fine BS there, too. Oh, she's here. Hello. Sure. Mum! Yeah, Ver, let's go. Fuck it, everyone's here. Yeah, this is the most like finale thing I've ever seen in my life. Serena, there was fucking Kanade was back there. Fucking Carol's dad. Yatsuhiro. Fucking even Noble Red. Sure. Do we see an auto scorer there? Fucking I hope Gary's here. what? Everyone's here. It's fucking Smash Brothers. Alright. Thank you. Hopefully we won. It'd be funny if we lost after all that. I know. 7's an important number. Indeed. Okay, you two. Ooh, was that 7 notes as well? Super Zesshou. Okay. We won? I'm gonna say we won. Oh, are we gonna make it out, though? I feel like we're gonna make it out. Oh, shit! Yeah, it most certainly is. Alright, we lost. It was an L. Can we redo? GG go next. Because fuck you. Yeah, you said the themes. Yep. Yes, that's okay. It's the human condition, baby. Oh, hit him with the fucking even so. I like it. Miku like even stopped there for a second to think about it. Like, what are you talking about, man? And now you're like, oh no, but that's like Symphogear stuff. Even you're like kind of redeemable. Sure. Hey, look at that. So that was almost like divine power trying to get back into those vessels, right? And then they're both just like, no, we're good. I wish it was that easy the first time. Oh, the sunrise too. Alright, sure. Where are we in the episode? No, there's still a bit of epilogue to go. Somewhere. And then they're playing this song again, of course. My favorite part of this song is when the melody changes here in a sec. Like here. Yeah. That shit hits. I can't believe so many fucking characters showed up. That was so funny. Don't really understand why, but sure. But now I understand why throughout basically the entire show we're emphasizing that 7 thing so much. Because as soon as we got 7 together, it was fucking piss easy. We fucking beat ass. Maybe that's why you, the song's called Perfect Symphony and Extreme Vibes. That's why they can't make any more of this show, because now we know that if we have 7 of us together, we're like unfucking beatable. Again, unless we like start fighting aliens or something. Indeed. Yes, I know. Nana Mizuki. True. Mm-hmm. Like they're like the names after it. Yeah, like the relic names. Oh, okay, sure. Oh, okay. And he was a sentinel. Where's Fudo? Let him out. Why not? Oh, that's like the first part of like the first episode. I know. And that's the poster. Some kind of shooting star? Kiss. Kiss. Long kiss. Not a normal kiss. Yeah, but kiss though. And they finally saw some shooting stars. Okay. The swan song of the Valkyrie Symphogear. We're going to have to use our imaginations and say that there was a big, long, sloppy, gratuitous kiss there. But analysis regardless, I guess, on the final episode. So, what do I even say? I don't know. I don't know. It was good. It was really good. I think, yeah, pretty much exactly what you wanted there, right? Just broadly pretty hype. All the characters get their moment to shine. They all get their fancy new form. Carol's involved in a big way, including a noble self-sacrifice. There's the absolute fan service cheese of the second half when they go down into the core. Yeah, it was cool. If my reaction itself didn't get across that it was hype, I don't know what else would have. Like a lot of Symphogear, and this is a criticism of a lot of shows, right? Especially long ones. I'd love another episode of epilogue stuff. I really would. It's a big criticism I have for some other long shows that I've finished as well, where we just don't spend enough time with the characters after the fact, showing the payoff to everything that we did, right? Like we get a little bit of stuff with Tsubasa, we get a little bit of stuff there at the end with Hibiki and Miku, that is broadly very teasy, but we both know what they mean. We don't get anything with Chris, really. No Kiriko Shirabe Mario Genjiro. Fucking Ogawa has brothers. Remember that? Weird. I just yeah, I wish there was more, which which isn't a which isn't a bad criticism, I guess. It's a pretty good one to have, and maybe the OVAs get this across in some fashion. I do not know, but yeah, I mean, a lot of things made sense. I need to read through some specific stuff about how Hibiki just punched super hard and got rid of the Curse of Balal. Apparently, I thought that she was going to grab out for Miku there, and then that's where that was going to be what stopped it, but not really. Shemha kind of turned into like a sand ghost, which was weird too. I don't know. I guess I'll go through in order and think about it again. The other thing is, how am I going to do these songs? I would like to maybe go to a wiki now that I'm able to, and just like get the lyrics up, because I think that's probably a cleaner way than doing it than reading it line for line as it plays out. Just analyze the song first, who's singing each line, and then move from there. Maybe that's the best way to do it. So I might have a route around for those later. Other than that, what else happened? They kind of popped off, honestly. There was a big old action scene, a bunch of stupid shit happened. I think the fucking FIS girls turned into a mech at some point. There was a giant Chris with a gun. Whatever else happened, man. Like, a lot of shit happened that we're going to have to break down now. But yeah, I liked it. Broadly, pretty positive on that conclusion. I think a lot of the conclusions early in the show set such a high bar that this one meeting that bar is not as hype as me seeing that bar for the first time, if you know what I mean, right? So I fucking lost my mind season 1 Symphogear finale, right? I thought that was fucking incredible, right? But I think that's just placed the bar at a really high level, high above many other shows, right? But if we continue to hit that bar, it's just diminishing returns, you know. I don't know, but again, I'm really happy about it. I'm just wondering why I'm not like super gassed. I don't know. I do not know. But it was great. Please don't get me wrong. It was really, really great. Yeah, we're gonna watch it again here now. More than anything else, I don't know how anybody with this and basically everything else in the episode, I don't know how you could even consider for a second that there would be more Symphogear, unless the cast changed somehow, maybe a remake or something. I don't know. They just can't be, in my opinion. They can't be. This is the most finale I've ever seen. Outside of the epilogue stuff. But again, we'll get there. So everyone has super long, flowy hair. We're all in X Drive. We're all going crazy. And yeah, the American president taking kind of, you know, control of, or ownership over humanity as a whole, and saying that we, humanity, struggled against a god with our own power. Sure, man. Got any more nukes to fire? And here's the important part. This is the most important part of the episode, IMO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the first time we've had 7 genuine Symphogears, because again, you've got like a Faust robe that's acting as a Symphogear, right? That are going to fight together. 7, very important number for the makeup of energy in the fucking universe of Symphogear. So yeah, now we're working together with Carol, which is, again, pure fan service. That's just like super hype stuff. We call her Godslayer with Cursed Fist. You'll see what that Cursed Fist does in a second. I'll tell you that. And she immediately brings up the conflict, which is, what will you do in the face of my vessel, your friend? Even with a quick flashback to this very obvious foreshadowing very early in the season. And in the end, she kind of did stop anyone who's causing trouble with her fists, just that her fists were also her hands, and they can reach out to save. It's almost like we've learned this lesson before Hibiki. And then we've got episode 13's title, Let Us Forge the Future with a Light Unknown to the Gods Themselves. Sure. I mean, you're right. It's a bit wordy. I'll shorten it down a bit. Is that like the tagline for the season, maybe? I don't know. We hear the first of 2 songs this episode start up here as well. A carol, duet, I keep saying duet, group song with the rest of the cast, which is glorious. It's absolutely glorious. And again, this line's important for later. 7 important number. Keep remember 7. Yeah, and I think instead of painstakingly going through each of these lines and analyzing what it means for each character, I may just get up like the wiki and see what this character is, or characters. See what the song and the lyrics are and which characters sing each line. So this first song is called Perfect Symphony, and bear with me, chat room, because like the lyrics here are color-coded for each character, but the lyrics here aren't. I do not know why. I currently do not have a clue as to why that is the case. But sure, we'll go with it. Why did songs spill from the sky? Why were people given words? It was because of the loneliness in our hearts that we yearn to understand each other. Those lines being by Hibiki, then Tsubasa, then Chris, then Hibiki again with a Tsubasa Chris kind of duet line in the middle there. Particularly with Chris and Tsubasa with the loneliness part. Sure. Okay. That's like a linking between them. Kirika and Shirabe going, when we're alone, our melodies can't become anything except cries of, and then we go into the chorus with everybody. What is love? What are dreams? Don't underestimate people who've learned to live in defiance. So don't underestimate people links into a lot of the themes of this part of the show as well, with fighting against gods and that kind of thing. Learn to live in defiance. Yeah, live in defiance of what is conventional. And then these are carol lines from memory, right? Yeah, carol followed up by some melodies from the other characters after the fact. The seven scales gathered here assume their true form. The newborn cries of exploding stars become the cosmic winds. Yeah, the seven scale stuff in particular, because that's some carol knowledge that we use later, which is important when we discover how important seven is and when Miku shows back up. Gotcha. Can you hear our heartbeats? Can you hear our hope? They burn and glitter in this final song. That's, again, like a melody between everybody. I believe we end the song proper here. I believe. So we'll continue until that point. And basically everything other than this second to last line is like used. Is everybody singing at once, I mean. Okay, gotcha. And this is just Hibiki. The world is connected and we have the power to love you. Even if we lose hundreds, thousands, millions of times, we won't give up on living. The world has spread its wings while turning songs into feathers. With all our power, we'll use up everything we have at full throttle. With our hands intertwined, we'll believe in justice and let our courage bloom, which is Hibiki's line. A rainbow bridge tomorrow because we'll save the future. Sure. Thank you, Symphogear. Again, this is a very straightforward take, right? This is literally what's happening in the scene, for sure. I do like the wing stuff as it links into some of the Tsubasa stuff, as well as them having wings and the X Drive and that kind of thing, right? Flying through the air during this battle as well. The rainbow bridge will become tomorrow as they all join in this big rainbow attack that attacks the kind of Miku Shemha thing, mech, right there towards the end. But then, of course, Miku popping through with that little line and kind of ruining everything, right? So yeah, I wish this was color-coded. Wiki people, get onto it. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It's pretty involved. You can literally like click on a song and it'll tell you like the episode it was used, right? But now we're back here and I can... Oh, no we're not. Now we are back here. And I could focus on the actual animation of the fight and what actually happens rather than pausing every 2 seconds to read both dialogue and music, which I think may get a little bit messy. So we start with Shemha doing her bullshit where she just kind of stands still and takes it and sets up a bunch of shields. And then, like, Tsubasa's in here, we have Carol shooting early as well, and we learn a very important thing. So she tried to do, like, the regen thing, right? Her extra rational power, the attacks here are, you know, hitting through it, which is weird. That shouldn't make any sense. And again, as we learn later in the episode, it has to do with the number 7. There's 7 here now, and that's a very important number when fighting a god, apparently. Fighting against the odds, let's say. I guess musically, I'll say this song's quite good. Again, it just feels like a good ending. It feels like a curtain call. It feels like everyone's standing out on stage, hands up in the air, trying to put the energy into that one final performance, right? Nice working together here with Carol binding Shemha here and Tsubasa striking. And yeah, we bring up that, hey, they might have, or we might have some kind of weird ability that gets through the extra rational power, but they being Shemha, is like a Shensho Jing, and it's very good at reflecting, so it reflects all the Symphogear bullshit. But either way, we're like bullying the shit out of her. Like, she never had a chance as soon as we had 7 together, right? We 1 in 4 games, it was crazy. And what we theorized that, like, hey, why the fuck are we winning so hard? It turns out it's more to do with the 7 rather than the X drive that you guys have right now, right? Shemha is bringing in a Myth class special disaster, which is the part of the Symphogear finale when they turn into a giant thing, which continually happens every season, so why not keep predicting it? It seems that I'm incorrect as well, because this seems to be the line that we just hit then, so maybe we go a bit further. Okay, so we go Hibiki, Tsubasa, Chris, there's Hibiki again? Very similar structurally. Is it the same lyrics even? Not at all. Okay, let's go to this English equivalent. I want to convey all my feelings, so that's Hibiki, in every word imaginable. It's the struggle for those precious possibilities that make human strength. This being like Chris, Suasa, and Hibiki. We'll support each other in what we lack, crying and smiling, Kirika and Shirabe. Altogether, it's fine if we're weak. We'll become strong as long as people learn to live with tenacity. And then maybe we get to this point? I don't know, I'll have to see the lyric they say towards the end, if it's like a final song or if it's something with Mirai in it. I do not know. I love this part though. We're calling Shemha's final form a Deus Ex Machina. So this is smart on multiple levels, right? So everyone knows what a Deus Ex Machina is, right? It's something that comes out of potentially nowhere in the final act that changes the tide and ensures victory, right? It's something that wasn't previously set up that just kind of comes out of nowhere and ruins things, essentially, right? It's seen as almost a mark of bad storytelling, right? Of bad setup for something. And we're kind of equating that meaning to a conflict, right? She's just pulled something out of her ass. Like, she's pulled something out of her ass for like a lot of this, right? She's just kind of making it up as she goes. And this is the final, like, ass pull that we see from her, right? Kind of. She's also turns into like a ghost later, and there's the whole Yggdrasil part. But like, calling this a Deus Ex Machina is very smart, because she continuously has Deus Ex Machinas all over the place to continue to perpetuate her presence in the show. I just found it funny. It was good. Shemha brings up some stuff here that, like, even gods, like, disagree, because all the gods disagreed with me and what I was doing, but I'm going to take this power here and chase them over the horizon, is what we say. This is Chris's giant gun, by the way. I want you guys to meet Chris's, like, giant gun. This will be another great thumbnail. Just giant gun Chris. So this is where the ship like pins Hibiki for a bit and turns her out yelling Miku, right? Screaming that this time she wants to put her feelings into words. Imperfect words incapable of allowing even the slightest mutual understanding. What you need to do is assimilate, right? And then that way you can understand each other. That's what Miku believed, and it was what, you know, allowed Shemha to slip in, right? Yeah, but see, like, even at this point, Miku, the real Miku's still fighting back. See these tears here, right? This is crazy. So you have, like, the big rings, right? I got a lot of big rings. And you turn them into, like, sonic, like, spin rings, something. And then you've got something. You throw, like, some fire or something. You've also got some fire or something. We throw all this bullshit together. Okay, you've got, like, a blade. Blade onto the things, onto the other thing, which is the Agatalam thing, turns into mech. What? Why? Why is there a FIS trio mech that we just made? I don't understand. I'm not going to complain, because it's fucking cool as shit. But why? It's just got design elements of all three of them. We've got this blade, probably from like the Agatalam little blade there. We have this arch from Kirika's scythe. We have the bunny ears of Shirabe, of course, as well as these rings. Yeah, pretty cool design. Again, I wish it like stuck around for longer. It kind of just immediately just runs into it, and then we just like leave, right? And this is where we do like an overbrave, where we turn into like a big old rainbow laser here, and we're all punching at once. Yeah, and cool. And again, our last line here is, we'll build a bridge to tomorrow to save the future. So if I go back over here, it has to be like this one, right? Or maybe we just go all the way to the end, potentially. Again, I lost track of like the side of the words here at some point. This is just a repetition of the chorus again, so that's fine. Our lives have a meaning. We have the power to revive you. We only need to share everything we want to say until our souls and voices shrivel and die. Our lives are burning, and they'll melt your frozen heart with all our power, our bonds and hearts as one, at full throttle, telling each other to stand tall, we'll gather all of history into our fists, and with those hands, we'll protect the future. A lot of stuff about the future here as well. Frozen heart, inferring Miku as well there. Linked communication here. Lives have meaning. Humanity has purpose. Bonds, hearts. Yeah. Linking into this stuff in the chorus. Yeah, pretty well written song. Works a lot for the fairly simple themes we have at this point in the story. I do prefer the songs lyrically when they have a little bit more like personableness to them. They're a little bit more personalized, right? Because then we get to dive into one character and figure it out rather than just like group sentiment. But yeah, here's the important part. Are you going to kill me with your cursed fist? Says Miku, but it's not Miku lying. But it's like an abrupt finish to the music as well. We cut the music with this, which the music is the source of our power. So this stopped everything. This is what gave Shemha the upper hand in this particular part of the fight. Fighting dirty, appealing to Hibiki, who again is the main like point of the weapon, appealing to her personal connection to Miku to manipulate her, like causing Hibiki to pause for 1 second, which is enough for you to get back in. Look at that smile. Nothing personnel, kid. And then she's going to shoot like the super laser at you, right? Yeah, and this is like big like Firelord Ozai vibes. Put in the fucking shot of Firelord Ozai from the... Spoilers for Avatar. Put it here. If you haven't seen Avatar by now, you should watch Avatar. And here's what happens, right? So that big old laser was going to kill all of them, but then Elf9... Well, I shouldn't say Elf. Carol does a noble self-sacrifice in the process, right? Carol blocks the big old silver beam with her Chrysopia? Chrysopia? Oh, I struggle. Yeah, to match this power, much like the one we were doing last episode, we have to burn memories, right? So Carol, here who's in control at the moment, makes a noble self-sacrifice in which she deletes her entire self from existence rather than share the burden with Elf9. And these are the inspirational words here for Hibiki, right? What do you wish for? Tachibana Hibiki, right? I want to take Miku for myself, right? That's why there was hesitation there before, right? You don't want to have Miku be collateral damage in this, right? That is your deepest personal desire. And it's not because I want to help other people. It's because what I personally want, right? It's not out of the line of duty, it's out of the line of my personal feelings, right? Then continue reaching out your hand like you once did for me. True, she did. Throughout basically the entire third season, right? Think about the spot in the middle where Carol decides to like commit suicide rather than join hands, which is funny. But even though Hibiki still persisted, right? But the hand I reach out for is cursed. It's only a weapon to kill. To call that a curse in itself is a curse. Your hands hold the hopes of everyone you've ever met, or everyone you've never met. Oh, okay, I like that. Yeah, so we fight back. We fight back with the gold versus the silver. The gold takes precedence here and even hits a couple of her little horn things on her headdress. That's enough of Elf9/Carol for this moment. They're, they're done. So she's burnt herself out in blocking that beam. This is the end? No, this is the beginning. This is our... Keep going down. This is our Shemha taking control part of it. So whatever this hex grid is, I think it's reflecting almost the grid of Yggdrasil that's all over the world, right? Some kind of seismic shift bringing us even closer to the moon, right? The propulsion from Yggdrasil's core is forcibly increasing the Earth's orbital speed. Now to return to your rightful form of 5,000 years ago. This is when we activate like the brainwashing side of it. Like as soon as we get like too close to that moon, right? So we start to like fuck up. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if we've destroyed the jammer on the moon or not. Either way, it's bad. Everybody that doesn't have like the Cursor Balal blocking stuff that Hibiki does is fucked. They're all under her control. Yeah, as soon as like the Earth overshadows the moon there, that's kind of the indicator that we see for everybody coming under the control. Even Trump here, Trump is still susceptible to this. This episode must have... When did this come out? Hang on. Okay, I was going to say that this came out during COVID, but it didn't. I think it probably... This kind of message probably hits different during COVID, though, right? Yeah, so then she, like, evil monologues for a bit how she's going to control everybody, but Hibiki, She's protected from the thingo, so she's allowed to be like the one person that could save the world. Godslayer, your power stopped the connection, and I'm taking Miku back. Not I'm stopping this going on, it's all about Miku. And then we do like big old flashy fight here for a second, which again is kind of like two figures flying at each other, which has been a lot of the fights in this part of the series. And here's the conflict, right? Strike this body down, you will kill her. The conflict that's been there basically since the start. My dad told me that there are curses and blessings that are two sides of the same coin. I'm not going to have to punch her in the head and kill her to save the world. One being a curse can become another, right? So what I consider a fist being my curse can become a blessing. What I consider the curse of Bilal can become a blessing, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to like Symphogear bullshit miracle my way out of this, right? Turning a curse into a blessing, this is when Hibiki's getting the upper hand, Shemha's struggling. I have all the fragments inside my body, I'm not relinquishing it to anybody. Even so, bringing forth that even so, even once more, my hopes and dreams, my feelings for Miku, who says they're no match for 2,000 years of curses, right? Because I can flip that curse into a blessing right now. Big old, like, pyramid on the fucking forearm turns into, like, big old swirly super laser, which is enough to, like, stop this mind control thing from spreading, right? The language virus, let's call it. Which I don't really get, right? She just kind of wins. She just reverses 2,000 years of curses, or even more than that, in like a second, by like not even touching her. All for their future, all for their tomorrow, all for the betterment of humanity, whilst also saving Miku, right? I'm going to have my cake and I'm going to eat it too. Pure protagonist shit. As the opening starts playing, pure Symphogear bliss. Yeah, we call it network disruptions here is what's happening, right? As everybody wakes up at the same time and starts saying various lines to inspire Hibiki, the value of humanity that my father showed me and its light. With the curse of Bilal gone, it's not just gods who can bring people together, she's gathering up the people's hopes. Okay, so she's bringing forth like the hopes of everybody in the world that they're saying aloud, right? This isn't the Godslayer's fist. This hand that reaches out and connects is my armed gear. So she's kind of reaching out to each of these hopes and putting them into the one fist, right? But also it isn't a fist, right? She's reaching out a hand at this moment, right? As Shemha gets like this dark blade, stabs the hand, stopped with the hand, right? All for the future, and for Miku, right? I'm gonna have my cake, I'm gonna eat it too. We're gonna take back both. She's overcome the curses. Instead of a fist, she put all that energy into her arm to block weapon and then hug the shit out of Miku. A super hug called metanoia. Sure. As the opening resonates and Shemha evacuates Miku's body once and for all? Kinda. As the bracer shatters, the big old ghost flies off into the atmosphere. Sure. The moon becomes like not blood red anymore. And yeah, Hibiki saves Miku, angel wings on in tow. I'll never get let go of what I love again. Holding on to Miku. And then there's the scene at the end, which implies that they wanted to say that anyway. So, like, oh, sure. Why not just say it at that point, that we love each other? So yeah, that's the halfway point of the episode, and I've already been talking for fucking ages. This is where we get our teary goodbyes for Carol. This has been represented as like a state between life and death, the surface being life, the depths being death, if I can speak. At a number of different points in the show, we're reusing this one final time with Carol, and Carol lamenting the fact that, oh well, I'm dead again. Elf9 reaching out, confused, thinking that we would burn our memories together. And yeah, this is the justification. I guess I was too scared of vanishing from your memories completely that I deleted myself in the process. But again, you're just memories as well. Is that why instead of burning my memories, you burned your very self instead, right? So this is basically the payoff for like all of the Elf9 Carol stuff that we've seen building up throughout the entire series. So yay for that. But I mean, Carol's kind of already dead anyway. It's just kind of like some weird memory amalgamation of Carol. So I'm like, I don't know, Elf9's sad about it, so I'm pretty sad too. Tend to like Elf9, so I'm sad when she's sad. And yeah, we're going to remember you every day, Carol. You helped. Thank you. A teary goodbye. The music playing is quite nice, quite sweeping and emotional as well. And we see this final line that we don't get to hear from Carol. You would imagine it's somewhere around the realms of I love you, never forget me, blah, 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 blah. Something like that, right? Carol wakes up. Not Carol. Carol's never waking up again. Elf9 wakes up, tears in her eyes. obviously like dreamt that just happening, right? What we just saw. I was more interested at this moment how you were doing, considering, I mean, you've kind of been like the villain for a while. Turns out you're doing just fine. So this is when I was like, okay, cool. So we're going to spend like the next 10 minutes doing epilogue stuff. And we kind of do, just in a bit of a weird way, in a very Symphogear way, in a very fast way that wraps things up very, very, very neatly, but very fast. So here's the deal. I'm going to skip a bunch of exposition here, right? And kind of get to the part where Miku joins. So, Yggdrasil's still going, right? It's still going to terraform the Earth. It's kind of just, you know, doing its thing, right? And there's some crucial information as well that even if we stop it at the core, it's just going to spread to something else and it's just going to keep going. So, what are we even supposed to do? Right? It's kind of using computer devices around the world to keep perpetuating itself in the process as well. We estimate 7 minutes until the logic walls are breached. So we're counting on everybody. We're going down to the Earth's core, but there's a bunch of enemies around, a bunch of those like weird historical bug thingos that people keep popping out. They're kind of like the noise equivalent this season. A bunch of fodders in the way. We hear a voice. I didn't recognize it at first, but it turns out it is Miku. I guess I should have realized when she said Shensho Jing, but anyway, I guess I was lost in the moment. I don't want to spend any more time following from behind. I want to see what you see by your side. The final predicted thing that I had basically the entire series, that Miku would become part of the team at some point, is finally satisfied in the final episode. As a massive piece of fan service, I'm sure I wasn't alone in thinking that this would happen at some point in time. So here's the deal. Miku and Elf Knight are fine. That's good. Carol brings forth the message about the core, that we need to do something even greater than that, but also the special message around the importance of 7. And 7 needed. That's why we sent Miku in, right? That's why she's needed for this to work. And we need a certain amount of phonic gain to make this happen, right? So remember that scene at the chateau, right? Where there's the 5 of them on the roof, and they can't generate enough phonic gain to start the chateau and be able to stop Shemhai in time, right? They kind of need Carol's sacrifice there to help them go into X Drive. So now we need even more, right? We need even more than the 6 can even do within X Drive, right? We need enough to spread around the entire world and stop Yggdrasil, right? We need that 7th, right? We need that 7th involved because of certain well set up reasons within the Symphogear law system. 7 planets, 7 notes in the scale. Stop me if you've heard this one before, as it relates to both alchemy and Symphogears. The music that harmonizes with the world is itself the universal language. And with your 7 songs, you can overturn the law of the gods, right? You can do bullshit if you have 7 people. That's what I'm learning from this climax. This is Carol's own solution to the mission her father left her, to know the world. Hey, yo, okay, that's cool as shit. So that's even the payoff for that, right? Know the world, a deep understanding of the world from Carol was something that led to us being able to solve this final conundrum. Great. That's a great setup. I love this line from Elf9 as well, carrying on that kind of Carol spirit. Yeah, harkening back to this line that she even said before, which, again, overthrowing a god or 2 should be simple. That's why the 7 of us together were enough to break through her bullshit powers. We have more bullshit powers. So we make our way to the bottom. We hear this glorious music. I'm equating it to Pokemon Hall of Fame music, and we go into our final song of the series. I believe it's called Vibes or something. What was this shit called? Yeah, the song is called Extreme Vibes, by the way, which is a bit of a silly name, but sure, we'll go with it. And we finally got Miku involved too. Epic. So yeah, Miku's this last line here. Again, I really wish that these were color-coded in the English. That'd be great. At a certain point, just everyone's singing everything, so it's fine. But let's just do this first part together. It's 2 groups of 7, right? So what do we go? We go Hibiki, Tsubasa, Chris, Maria, Shirabe, Kirika, Miku. Okay, let's try and equate that to the English. When we place a hand over our hearts, what we remember isn't the times we suffered, Chris, suffering, true, or the tears we shed, says Maria, she shed a lot of tears too. We remember the hands we held, the fact we're not alone, Kirika and Shirabe, the days we understood each other. As Miku's always been looking to understand Hibiki better. Even I probably should have talked about this more, but a lot of like the lies and deceit between Hibiki and Miku in season 1 is kind of linking into this same feeling that prevails in season 5. That leads Miku to make the decisions that she does. So that's interesting. We finally understand each other, or understand that we don't need to understand each other, right? And then here we go again. So we're going Hibiki, Chris, Mario, Tsubasa. Oh, wait. Chris, Tsubasa, Chris, Mario. What am I fucking saying? I'm losing my mind. Hibiki, Tsubasa, Chris, Mario, Shirabe, Kirika, Miku, from top to bottom. From the day it began until it ends today, there was a meaning to our story. Knowing we finished it makes our hearts swell. We're glad to have met everyone. These are less specific, I feel. They're a little bit more like just saying a sentence in tandem. And again, this song is like glorious. It's just glorious. It's triumphant. It feels like we won. It feels like the last victory lap. And that's essentially what it is in the plot, right? That's where everyone fucking pops out of the woodwork that we've seen throughout the entire show. This is your classic like ending, right? This is the classic like feel good ending to everything, you know? Then we'll go into the lyrics that just everyone sing together. There's nothing to be afraid of. The sun that always rises, and the pain and pleasure of living will all become a miracle. True. It did. The pain and pleasure of living, as opposed to a current, very flat level, we're instead focusing on both. There's levels to life, right? Good and bad. Thank you and goodbye. That's almost to the audience as well, you know? We're glad we were born. We're glad we were created in this fleeting world to meet and connect with everyone. Again, these 4 lines here, that's basically to the fans, right? Thank you and goodbye. When we look back, the stars are falling. It's as if sky of courage we blew across, sure, is shedding tears in our place. Yes, they're beautiful fireworks of farewell. They're a goodbye, almost like a last goodbye to everybody in that scene as well. Stars falling, again, like Symphogear shit, falling stars. When the melody of the end fades into reverberation, the Valkyrie's song will close the curtains and depart towards a new journey. New journey? Symphogear Season 6, anybody? But yeah, the Valkyries part is important here as well, as we kind of use those similar terms to Season 1 of Symphogear as well, such as Valkyries, and we do the little like Kaku's thing at the end as well. Weird. We'll talk about it though. But yeah, that's kind of our last song there. So here we are. Here's the core. We need to destroy this, everybody. Yeah, Miku gets to sing with everybody, which is, again, very fan servicey. The vocals here are quite nice too. I like how they all layer on top of each other. Everyone's lines just flow into each other very well. Again, it's almost like they're all different parts of the one sentence, linking, like, further expressing that feeling that they're all connected, I think, in a very fun way. Miku's little, I guess, summary of her thoughts through this entire thing as well. The curse of Belial, I thought through breaking it, I would be able to convey to her everything in my heart. Again, you got scammed, it's fine. 7 harmonies. Was it in Ryoko's pursuit of the universal language that led her to create 7 Symphogear? Did she create 7 Symphogear? I guess. I don't know. Did she? Is that the implication? I never really understood this. But sure, let's say it was. Her words were stolen from her before she could come out with the truth. Because of the whole Fine thing? Again, was Ryoko working on this very hard before she was Fine? I don't understand this line very well, but sure, I'll believe you, bridge crew. Shoutouts to Blue Friend too, she's like my favorite character. And as we talk about Fine pops out of the fucking walls. Fine finally gets to hang out with Enki. There's, again, holding hands. There's some kind of implied romantic thing here, I think. Like you were like a human maiden, you were like a custodian, there was some forbidden love there, but we had to shut down things because of the whole Shemha situation, right? Is that what we're implying here? I think. We never really get super concrete answers here. I'd expect like a little bit more here, but we didn't really get it. I think a lot of it is left to, again, rereading that first season of Symphogear and rereading that climax. So I just noticed my camera wasn't working. I'll try to put in the correct like frames to like save myself here in editing. But I'll continue to use what I just said. My camera, for some reason, again, wasn't working. It was fucking weird. But either way, like, you know how in the opening, each of the characters like have like a character reflecting them? This is kind of like the equivalent here. So yeah, let's break this down a little bit more. We see Mum here, but we also see Ver, I believe. This is basically, again, this is your big goodbye for all your characters, right? So this is G. This is G, everybody. Hello, Ver, you beautiful bastard. We still hate you with every fiber of our being, but it's nice to see you again because you didn't speak. So then we see Noble Red here flowing into Sanjaman and Praladi and Cagliostro. We see Carol and her dad. We see Tsubasa gets to see Kanade and Yatsuhiro. And what is this dialogue here? Hello? What about the noise? And what that created was the noise, the songs, and the heretical technologies? What's the context before this? Like all of Ryoko's work to try to overcome this barrier? And then that led to noise and heretical technology? Her desire to simply be connected with others, after all this time, has become a miracle that connects humanity. So Ryoko's dream finally kind of became a reality, right? We kind of finally beat that Shem-Ha ancient evil that was in the way of this relationship the entire time. Okay, sure. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Just a nice final goodbye for all of these different characters, if I didn't mention Serena's here as well. Humanity's final independence from everything else that has been holding it back this entire time. I like how happy everybody looks. There's a very happy-go-lucky shot of Miku here somewhere too, if I can grab it. This particular movement when she sings, right there. Love it. Little smile. Thanks, everybody. So yeah, we all came together and did it. This is our miracle. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 important. Ending with like a final piece that's like that kind of language as well, right? Yeah, and that very familiar Symphogear melody. And then of course these piano notes lighting up with each of these like stones. Perfect. 7 notes there as well. Perfect. 7 colors. Because yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. Finally using our group superb song to literally save the entire world from Yggdrasil. Yeah, so we won, but also now we need to escape because everything's blown up. The gears aren't going to last this explosion. The explosion keeps growing even greater. And even Shem-Ha in the middle of it, still like this like weird like sand ghost, reaching out towards Hibiki and Miku. Actually, everybody. It's just that Hibiki and Miku are the two that can take the divine power. And this final conversation, right? So Miku, right, even for one moment, accepted Shem-Ha and what she was selling, right? She bought what she was selling, right? Here we have Hibiki and Miku together, right? Why do you refuse to meld into one? Why do you refuse to take my power again and refuse to follow my plan? Is my plan great? Why won't you follow it? And then Miku's like, it's precisely because we can't understand each other easily that we can care for others and come to love them, right? It's the struggle there, right? It's the difference in opinion and overcoming that is special. Even if that causes you pain and suffering in the future, Miku. This causes Miku pause for 1 second, but then holding hands, even so, if we get hurt, we can keep walking forward on our own 2 feet, right? Resilience, right? With good, there comes bad in relationships. Pain, pleasure, everything in between, right? Maybe that's why there's so much bondage imagery. But yeah, this is a great moral. This is like, again, I hate to keep bringing it up. I feel like I bring it up all the fucking time. It's the Evangelion motto, I think, in my opinion. It's moral to its story. Which is, hey, instead of becoming fucking amalogous blob humanity thing, right, that just all feels the same thing and is all totally united all the time, the human experience is the good and the bad, however bad or good it may be, right? And yeah, I think this show does a great job of getting that across in potentially a less abstract way than Evangelion. And yeah, even this, right? We see Shem smile and accept this, right? Fulfill your duty, for tomorrow now belongs to you. Giving up, basically. I'm going to let myself float off into the ether. I'm going to forget my plan. Yeah. Like, again, we've talked about it before. Symphogear exceedingly kind to its villains, right? Always room for redemption, no matter how monstrous you are. And Shem-Ha was pretty monstrous. Even Fudo's not even dead, he's just in prison. I don't know. Like, we're crazy like that, right? Everyone gets to have a good time. Even to the point where Shem-Ha, like the last remnants, puts her hands out and lets all the girls go. Even bringing in some of that hand imagery with Shem-Ha as well. She reached out her huge frickin' hands and saved us, right? From the impending explosion doom, right? Again, letting them be the masters of their own future. This is the world of tomorrow that you all brought forth. This is the future that you created with your own damn hands, baby. And the shame is there's only 3 minutes left, most of which is, again, this same concert song that we've had at the ending for every single season. So, of course, no need to go through that again. It's just probably that we get some Miku vocals in it that we potentially didn't get before. I do not know. What I do know is that there's a minute and a half left. Oh, we do get this, like kind of the last goodbyes or the last credit for every single voice actor and what they're good at and all that, which is nice. We even get like okay, so I'm thinking, okay, you know when I was talking about the 7 Symphogears that Ryoko / Fine created? Senshojing's one of them. Gotcha. So that makes a whole lot more sense, because Ryoko was hanging out with the FIS doing FIS stuff. And then, of course, there was the stuff in Japan. And then Senshojing was somewhere off to the side that gets used by Ver at some point. Is that what we're talking about? I think. So the last scene we kind of get is this, like, or second to last scene, actually. Here lie the sentinels of the Kazunari clan. Of course, this is Yatsuhiro's funeral, who I guess is the only character that really dies here in this show, kinda. Well, this season, of course, there's like been characters that died in the past. I guess Carol dies in spirit. Everyone's here at the funeral. Everyone's looking suave too. Especially like Elf Knight here in a cute little hat. And this is the line I was talking about. This is like, I feel like this is from like the first episode. With 8,000 cries, the little cuckoo spits up blood like a flame singing. Of course, relating this to superb songs. As long as humans are humans, it will be difficult for us to connect without hurting each other. But in our struggles to do so, and our frustrations when we can't, we have created so many wonderful things. One of those wonderful things being teasing a thing that we all know that happens that we can't show on television for some reason. So you're looking nervous, right? There's something I've been waiting a long time to tell you, Hibiki. And then Hibiki's like, yeah, me too. I hope what I want to tell you is the same thing you want to tell me. We can't look at each other and say it, because, you know, but these 2 shooting stars through the sky will certainly imply things. They're going to stay together forever. We just have to infer that they had a big, long, sloppy kiss after this. The swan songs of the Valkyries, Symphogear, Finn. And I'm going to make the same joke I made in the first season finale. Finn, are you sure you don't mean Fine? And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us full circle on Symphogear. At least the TV anime content, anyway. As I've said already, I will pursue some of that OVA stuff in the future. There will be a link in this video's description in the future, not immediately. But it will also be out by next week at some point. So it'll be in the description for next week's video as well, which will be all my tier list stuff. In retrospect, upon reading that last episode again, I think it makes a whole lot more sense. It turns out when you have a bunch of fucking bullshit on screen, you miss certain parts of the dialogue, which happened to me today. But other than that, 2 thumbs up. Thought it was really cool. And I understand a lot more of it better. Again, I lament the lack of a genuine epilogue here, like I do with a lot of shows. The only show that I can really think of that does a great job with that is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where there's a full episode of epilogue, which I thought was really cool. Other than that, I think a lot of shows struggle in this area, and it's something that I think they can improve upon. That, as well as the whole Hibiki Miku thing being a huge tease, but what are you going to do? They were never going to actually kiss, you know what I mean? But yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It got very hype. A bunch of fucking bullshit happened. If you pay attention to the lore systems and the technology, it kind of makes sense. It is very quick. I guess I'll leave overall thoughts for the series as a whole to next week as well, but after I do a little bit more soul searching and thinking on everything. But yeah, positive, broadly very positive about this show. I would recommend it. I want to watch more of it with other people. I'll be pursuing some of other people's reaction content in the future to various episodes. Potentially that'll remind me of certain things. Thinking that I may set up a Symphogear general, right, in the Discord, that'll just like kind of sit here for a while. And again, it'll depend on use and that, but we can keep talking about Symphogear and stuff. I'd like to, at least. I think Symphogear is cool. But yeah, for now I'm very tired and my voice hurts. So maybe it's time to hit the hay. You will see me next week for more tier lists and Symphogear content, the last week of which before moving into that poll for whatever the hell comes next. Again, if you have some special preferences for what comes next, please use the Discord requests channel for that as well. But yeah, for the second to final time in Symphogear, here's my shill stuff. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation, comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you would like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord, love Discord, Discord. And yeah, I'll catch you next week for some more Symphogear, some wrap-up stuff and that kind of thing with some tier lists. So I'll catch you then. Thanks for watching today. It was a long one, but thanks for watching. Bye-bye.